everybody in unison. That was nice.
Very good.
Nice.
Real
Good way
nice.
to start the day, guys.
Real nice.
I appreciate y'all being here, actually.
Thank you.
Well, I know, when Lern walked in this morning, I think I said, what the hell's wrong with you?
Because those are our pleasantries.
Good morning. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm tired.
Well, and I was trying to explain, and you've done mornings before, so you know.
I know.
This is the time of year where it starts to get a little rough.
Real rough, yeah.
I just want to be burritoed in. I don't want to leave my blanket burrito and my pillow top mattress.
Yeah, it's a little cooler out.
I'm having the opposite experience. That's so
You love
crazy
it, huh?
to me.
You're thriving.
Summertime hurt me, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Can't go to bed early. I'm a night owl. The sun's up. It's freaking me out. Now it's like, I like to be cold when I sleep, too, so it's nice and cool in my house. I'm getting a good 6 hours, a solid 6, which I've always said is the best.
I tell you what, my wife has not been feeling well the past couple of days, so she slept in the other room last night, second night in a row. I think I'm loving it.
Oh, no.
It's underrated.
I think I'm loving it.
Can't do it.
I did the thing last night where I woke up at 10:30. Tim wasn't in bed yet, and I thought, oh, my God, I'm late for the show. I just missed the show. I thought it was 10:30 in the morning, and I'm like, it's dark outside. And so I'm standing up looking at my phone on the side of my bed going,
delirious.
Something is not right.
Yeah.
Something, I'm not okay. And I was so confused.
What was the actual time?
It was 10:30.
Oh, but the joy of going.
The joy.
Oh, man, I got another couple hours of sleep. That's awesome.
That's
the
so
greatest.
awesome.
That's like a euphoric feeling.
Yeah, no,
and then
it
you
is
lay
really
back
good.
down,
Immediately went to sleep. Yeah.
back out. Yeah, the only time I've ever woken up, I think I've said this before, my alarm and my ring are the same sound, which I still have not changed.
Wow, that's wise. So
Yeah,
every
stupid.
morning you wake up thinking somebody's at your front door?
No, not the ring doorbell, but like when somebody calls me.
Oh.
Like my ringtone, my ringtone. Like my ringtone.
like, wow, that's
if you were to
interesting.
call me, it sounds the same as when my alarm goes off. So somebody here in the building drunkenly called me at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh.
I thought it was my alarm going off. I got up.
Last night?
No, this is maybe 2 years ago. I got up, took a shower, went downstairs, like made my breakfast, got my stuff ready, got in my car,
Oh, no.
turned on the car, noticed it was 11:30.
Awful. Totally
And went,
hilarious.
Well,
Might as well get started.
and you'd think this dummy, I'm pointing at myself, would change his ringtone and his alarm.
You'll get to it. You'll
Yeah,
get to
I just
it
don't have
someday.
time. I don't have time.
Well, it's kind of tough to do.
I have a busy life.
Don't you have the do not disturb on? I have it on at 8 o'clock. If people start trying to call me or text at 8, I'm not seeing it till the next day.
Yeah.
Unless it's
mine's
my
that.
mom who calls twice
Now
in
I
a row
do.
and then it'll go through.
Now I do. Now my phone automatically goes on sleep.
Good.
It will?
You can set it. Yeah.
Yeah, so mine sets it at 8:45. It's in sleep mode.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, but she said that if you call twice in a row to go through, you can.
Oh, yeah, as long as they're on your
It's an
VIP
emergency
list.
Yeah.
contact.
If your favorites,
Whoa.
and all, by the way, all of you are on my favorites list.
Hey, buddy.
So if you guys
you
call me
guys haven't
twice,
made it yet.
Likewise.
You're still on probation.
well, all of you are in my favorites. So if you call me twice, it will go through.
I have a separate phone for you. I have a burner. I have
Burner
a
phone? A
learner
learner
phone.
phone.
Yeah.
Learner phone, huh?
That's cool as hell.
It's a flip.
Well, speaking of busy lifestyles, I was. Lern just turned to look at the TV, and she's on TV. By the way, you
Looking
are on
great.
Channel 2 right now.
We're on the news.
I'm just gonna. I was just about to
I
set
look like I'm
this up.
asleep in that entire segment, which is hilarious.
I was just about to set this up, and it flashed up on the screen.
Breaking news: the Rizzuto Show.
So speaking of busy schedules, you were just shocked right there by seeing yourself on TV. You
I was
couldn't-
expecting
you
to see
couldn't-
something else.
in a different
couldn't
outfit.
not say
Really
something.
blew your
Yeah.
mind.
My hair looked good yesterday. I'm really happy that yesterday, out of all the days for us to get on Fox 2, that
It was yesterday.
That yesterday was. The
Let
day.
me
You have a
explain.
big hair
Okay.
day.
Let me explain. So I get home. I go to take a little snoozer, which I was able to. I got a good 45-minute nap in yesterday.
Nice, good for you.
I got up, and I'm sitting in bed, and this is exactly what I was doing. I was, because we had Chris Hansen on Monday, so I got into a To Catch a Predator vortex on YouTube,
Oh
Yeah.
no.
and I was watching old episodes of To Catch a Predator.
Your happy place.
Yeah. Anybody remember the guy that brought the pizza with him and was eating the pizza while Chris Hansen was interrogating him?
Yes.
There was a guy that sounded like this. There was that guy. How about the guy that brought his kid? Remember that one?
No.
Oh,
I don't remember that one.
man. Hansen didn't even wait to interrogate. The guy walked in and he was holding like a 5-year-old kid's hand. Oh my God. It was his son.
What in the world?
Man.
And Hansen, even before like the whole take a seat,
right.
Hansen goes, I'm just going to stop you right here.
Yeah, good.
So I was in the middle of watching that whole To Catch a Predator thing, and I see I got an email. So I checked. It was like the senior news editor from Fox 2.
Great.
Hey, can you give me a call? I'll read it. I see. I was hoping for a quick conversation about the I-44 road rage story. If that's possible, here's my contact information. It was the managing editor over at Fox.
Okay.
Who, by the way, couldn't have been a nicer dude.
Great.
Shout out to Joe over there.
What's up, Joe?
Shout out to Joe. Nice guy. So I said,
It's Joe time.
yeah, that's what I said. I jumped out of bed. And I said,
Excuse me, honey, I'll be in the other room because
Now it's Joe time.
I don't think it's going to get funnier than that.
no,
I'm gonna go
that's
ahead
it.
and get out of
That's it for us. See you, Rafe.
See you, bye.
So he said that, because remember, we had the story yesterday, and the only reason I read the story off Fox 2's website was it made it seem like there was a shootout on the side of 44 during rush hour,
Yeah.
8 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
And that was the only information we could find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Exchange of gunfire, side of 44. It was 44 in Bowls.
Right.
And my whole thing was, wow, there were no charges filed.
Yeah, remember it wrapped it up with, and no charges have been filed.
That's what piqued my curiosity.
Yeah,
on it.
insane.
Like, whoa, man, there's a Wild West shootout
Everybody gets to walk free.
on the side of 44, and yeah, everybody gets to go home.
And this was yesterday morning, correct?
Tuesday morning was the incident.
Taco Tuesday they did this.
On Taco Tuesday. I know. You think everybody be happy. So we talked about it, and the wife of one of the gentlemen involved called in.
Yes.
She contacted us through our instant feedback. She's like, hey, I want to come on the air and talk about this. So we put her on the air.
Right.
So she talked. She gave some details, I guess, that not everybody knew. And Fox 2 said, interesting that you had this woman on. There are some details that they didn't know. They said they reported on what they were told by police.
Right.
So, hey, we want to use some of your footage from the show yesterday. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free.
Yeah, there it is.
God. And here's the story from yesterday, Fox
Good
2.
hair day.
Tonight, we are hearing more from a woman who says her husband is the one who was shot in the hand during what police are calling a road rage incident on I-44 in Fenton Tuesday. Fox 2's Max Deeknight joins us now. Max, the woman says the shooter was the aggressor, not...
This must be a new reporter.
This lady?
Max?
No, not Mandy Murphy. This Max guy.
Oh.
I've never seen him before.
her husband.
Yeah, that's right, Mandy. She shared her story this morning on a local radio show, sharing all the details that she had to give. She says they're upset that this out-of-state shooter hasn't been charged.
St. Louis County Police say the shooting happened just after 8 a.m. Tuesday on the side of I-44 eastbound near the Bowles Avenue exit. They say the shooting victim aggressively pursued the other driver. Now, sources close to the case tell Fox 2 nearby bank surveillance video shows the man who was shot walked up to the other man's truck, stood there for about 20 seconds, and then he reached for his waist. They say that's when the man in the truck opened fire.
You know, and that's what I said when we were talking to the wife. I said, you know, the guy's probably pleading self-defense because maybe your husband walked up in an aggressive manner.
Yeah, but that is weird that I wonder if the gun was already drawn inside the car or
Well,
not.
let's go back to the story.
Let's go back.
Police say both men had guns. The shooter claims self-defense. It's a narrative the victim's wife denied Wednesday, saying the shooter was the real aggressor.
The shooter got in the lane next to my husband, rolled down his window, drove past him, smiled at him, and gave him finger guns and took off.
So finger guns.
That's you, Lern.
That's me.
So
Oh my
finger
God.
guns.
You're in the news.
All right.
Ma, I'm on TV.
Finger guns is an ambiguous greeting, though. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it can't
It
be
go either way.
Hey, sorry about bumping you.
It could go either way.
Yeah. Hey, depends on your facial expression. If you do this,
Yeah, if you hold your
trouble.
gun,
If you snarl and you turn your gun to the
gangsta
side,
sideways.
Yeah.
But if you're just going like, sorry about bumping your trailer hitch, I think
with a
it's an
smile.
apology.
Yeah.
Shooter McGavin.
Guns. We're not up to the real guns yet.
She says this all happened after the shooter bumped into their car and drove off. She says her husband later saw him on the side of the road parked in front of him and walked up to his car.
My husband says he walks up to the truck and goes, "Hey, man, what's?" And that's all he got out, and the guy shot him.
Shot him in the hand.
There's you again.
Dude,
Look at you.
Hey, investigative reporting on this show. Hello, everybody.
They may want you over there now. Over at Fox 2.
Well, I'm
We
not
may
going.
lose you.
I'm not going.
He shot him. He pulled the gun up, and he saw him pull the gun up, and he reacted, so he got shot in the finger, yes.
Police did not report a crash. Initially, they told us there were 2 shooters. They've since confirmed only 1 man opened fire. The shooter was initially taken into custody. No one has been charged.
And this afternoon, St. Louis County prosecutors did announce they're handing this case over to a grand jury, and sources close to the investigation tell Fox 2 the whole thing was caught on camera by a nearby bank. We'll keep following this case.
There you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
The Rizzuto Detective Agency.
Well,
Right.
it's funny how, like, what I would think is an innocuous conversation. Next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call from Fox 2. Uh-oh. That was my first thought. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Care to comment?
Listen, do you have a crime that needs solved?
Call
Call
your
the
local,
Rizzuto Detective Agency.
call your local radio show.
Yeah, local radio.
Yeah, they
show.
took. There's always like a little bit of a. It always feels like a little bit of a jab, doesn't it? It's like when someone calls me a local comedian. It
Yeah.
almost feels like they were a little mad
At
about
the
it.
beginning of that story.
A local radio show.
Local radio.
These local yokels. It almost feels. Maybe not. Maybe I'm taking.
No,
it
and I
personally.
always
it always
feel
feels
like-
like they're trying to take a shot.
I
like
always
you're-
feel like radio is at the bottom rung of the entertainment ladder. Like, we're always kind of treated that way.
Yeah.
Like, radio is always the bottom rung.
Yes,
and
yes,
get this,
we are the downtrodden.
We know, and we get this a lot when it comes to comedians. And no offense to the comedian in the room.
Oh,
Yeah, well.
here we go.
But if there is somebody who's coming by in the morning promoting whatever they're promoting, whether they're going to Funny Bone or whether they're going to Helium, whatever, they're promoting something, they're always kind of loose with their times. Like, hey, can you guys be here at 8:30? And then like 8:45, rolls on. They go, hey, man, we have a hard out because, we have to be on Fox 2 at 9:15. So they'll make sure they're on time for that. Well, when it comes to radio, it's
Radio's more loose, though.
I guess so.
TV is just so, and it has to be, like, so scripted and it's very structured. Very
Comedies also at the bottom rung of
I think we're right down there holding
our
hands.
portion of
we're all-
entertainment. We can both just pretty much punch ventriloquists down below
We're
us.
downtrodden. We're afflicted.
Although stand-up comedians now in the past couple of years have definitely gone a rung up.
Yeah,
One or
I'm just
two-
saying, like,
one or two rungs up.
I think they passed commercial actors.
in the entertainment industry, yeah, that's like actors, musicians,
TV.
big gap, TV, giant chasm, comedians, then ventriloquists.
Nah, I think that's definitely changed over the past couple of years because
Well,
you got
we're
these
making progress.
stand-ups. Definitely, stand-ups now are superstars.
Yep.
Look at Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Look
There's
at Dave
always
Chappelle.
a few, but on
There's
the
a
whole,
few, but they're taking the rest of them. They're taking the rest of you guys with them.
well,
Yep.
take me.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Dave Chappelle.
Thanks,
Joe
Yakov.
Rogan.
I'm just-
Thanks, Yakov Smirnoff.
I'm just happy they said local radio show instead of the
Rizzuto Show, yes.
Because that could have definitely happened.
Hey, man, in all honesty,
Local
though,
Italian show.
this is the upper echelon. absolute upper echelon of radio. I've done every radio station that I can think of, or dozens and dozens, hundreds more than I can name across the nation. And most of them are lousy.
Yeah.
Most of the shows are lousy.
You are fighting a stigma that's not, it's not your cross to bear.
Well, and that's the biggest compliment I could get from, somebody like Mark Maron, who, when he leaves, he goes, "Hey, man, I had a great time. This isn't like any other radio show in the country. You guys are loose and really welcome your guests.
Yeah.
You're not."
And never mind content. I'm not even like, and this is not pandering. I'm like listenership. Our listeners are what the station has built for the last couple decades is unlike everything else.
Yeah.
So when you go everywhere else, when these guys are doing the whatever it is, Milwaukee circuit or something, chances are they're never going to get an experience like this. This row here is upper echelon of radio.
But a lot of morning radio is, doing it in other cities. It really is a Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get because it could be really cool and fun, or it could be like,
could suck.
Boondog and possum in the morning, and it's awful. And they like railroad you and they steamroll you and they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you, I am a little upset they didn't say award-winning local radio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is frustrating.
Yeah, it's busted. Can't believe it.
They could have thrown that in, but that's all right.
Top 50 Spotify podcast could have thrown that in
That's
too.
okay. Listen, where are you going to get content like this?
We're always being kept down.
Where are you going to get content like this?
Hot
Moon, the finger fluids content.
Oh, okay.
Please.
Wow.
So we had a listener
Finger
yesterday.
fluids.
We had a listener yesterday.
Wait, before finger fluids.
I'm so confused.
I have a Post-it note that says Moon finger fluids.
That's right. I had it stuck on the back
And
of the
nobody
screen.
was concerned about that.
If anybody ever comes over to this corner in the middays or something, they're going to see my banana, my matcha, some Mandalorian stuff.
You have 2 oranges and a banana, which is a little phallic for this time of
Post-its
morning,
that say some of the strangest things ever scattered all about.
Well, even if you have never heard of our radio show and you've never watched us on YouTube and you see us for the first time on Fox 2, our YouTube feed. So, like, behind Lern is a mannequin wearing a sequined jacket with his chest exposed.
And his fly open.
A cardboard cut out of Jeff. Moon's thing is a banana.
I got a banana back on my desk because the camera shows the behind me, and there's like a
what the hell's going on here?
My entire workstation looks like I'm trying to figure out the theory of quantum physics, and it's just different notepads that I'm keeping notes in.
Okay, Moon, finger fluids.
Okay, so somebody sent us over this little thing about this guy talking about if you had the power, the ability, where each one of your 5 fingers, so one hand, each finger has an infinite supply of whatever fluid you choose.
So your fingers could dispense any fluid.
What fluid would you dispense from your 5 fingers?
From each finger. So you're, okay,
Easy.
So learn easy. So you have 5 different fluids.
I got 5 different fluids.
So your pinky.
Pinky, I'm going, we're going to put some vodka in that.
Okay.
Okay.
Ring finger?
Ring
It's problematic.
finger.
We'll talk about that after the show.
It's going to be, we'll do ice water.
Okay.
It has to be iced.
Ice.
Not room temp.
Cold ice water.
Middle finger will be coffee. Let's see. The pointer finger. Let's go a little juice. Let's do a little orange juice.
Orange
on
juice
that.
to go with the pinky vodka.
And then the thumb will be milkshake.
All right.
That's a very
Somebody
good
write
one.
this down. Hang
So
on.
pinky vodka.
Milkshake. Let's see.
Vodka. Water.
Ice. Well, no.
Iced
ice
coffee.
Water.
Oh, iced coffee. You just
Iced
said coffee.
Yeah, I don't want hot finger.
Iced coffee. Okay.
Orange juice and then milkshake.
Milkshake, okay.
And it's got to be the thumb with the
Milkshake.
milkshake because that's a thicker finger. Back to you.
I have 4 of my 5. Like right out of the
Yeah, I
gate, I
got-
know exactly what.
You're
4
just
of them
tuning
are.
in. It's Finger Week here on the Rizzuto Show. We're talking fingers all week long. It's Finger Fest. Get your tickets. Yesterday we talked about
yesterday
fingers
we did
getting
have
blown
Finger Fest.
off, and we talked about the proper way to finger someone or give someone the finger.
yes.
Give someone the finger.
Give somebody the finger.
My phraseology's
Jesus.
off. I apologize for that.
I mean, he's not wrong.
What
Not
does
wrong.
What does say? Flip somebody off.
Flip someone off, yes.
All right, Rafe.
We're getting to the bottom of some finger issues. Also, I'm a little mad that they didn't play that on Fox 2. I did ask which finger.
You did.
I asked a hard-hitting question.
People are.
You
curious.
also asked at the end of her.
I did. I asked the real question.
Rafe
Was your
did
husband
ask
armed?
That you asked the real
And she
question.
hesitated. And then she said, sometimes yes.
It's true.
Yeah, you did.
Roll
You
the
did.
tape.
And
Roll that tape, Fox 2. Anyway.
Anyway.
Are we at, is mine?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, man. You really put me on the spot here. I was hoping I'd have some time.
Well, I can do mine if you.
Go for it.
You want a second, Rafe?
Yeah, give me a second to think about it because I got 3. The other 2,
Scott,
I'm
go
on
ahead.
the
Your
fence.
fingers.
Okay.
Finger fluids.
Water's in my pinky. The second finger there. I'm going to go with grape juice because that's always delicious.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like Welch's?
Yep. And now here's where it gets problematic is that the middle finger I'm going to use for gasoline.
Ah, gas up your car.
Yeah. And then the pointer is going to be iced tea, and they kind of look the same, so I got to be careful
You
there.
gotta be careful not to
Yeah,
confuse
and then the thumb is going to be coffee.
Right on.
Boy,
Yeah.
gasoline, that's
That was smart.
an
Thank you.
excellent answer.
That was number 2 on mine.
Smelly finger.
I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Oh, yeah.
So
but
I
you
may
just got to be
change- I'm gonna
careful. I might
change
have to
it. Oh, yeah.
rearrange the.
I'm going to have my
colors.
thumb's going to do gasoline.
My thumb is gasoline as well.
My
Would
thumb,
that hold? Yeah, I
guys
guess
are
that
best
suction
friends.
better.
yeah,
so,
my thumb.
right.
Yeah.
If you could put that right in the tank.
Yep.
All right, I'll switch to my thumb
Figure
then.
fit right in the tank better.
My thumb was gasoline. My index finger was water. My pinky is oil. Because, man, I'm turning this into an enterprise. We are going to make
I
some
thought of
money here,
oil.
baby.
All right.
Doing oil.
This is
But
unlimited
grape
liquid.
juice is so much more.
Unlimited liquid.
Unlimited fluid out of
Okay.
each finger.
I think grape juice is more expensive. I
On
should have done
demand.
olive oil.
Okay.
Dang it.
Olive oil, that's a
Okay.
great one.
Adios, grape.
That
You're
is
going
good.
olive.
Convenient.
My middle finger is coffee. And I have not figured out a ring finger one. So maybe it
Olive
would be
oil.
some sort of cooking oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, olive oil.
That would be so wise.
That is
Dang it.
smart and
Yep.
easy.
How often are you going to use that?
Olive oil?
Every
I put it
single
on
time I
everything.
cook.
Are you not oil? Are you using olive
What
oil
else would
at
you
your
use?
house?
Yeah, but I mean, am I using olive oil on the regularity that I would want to waste a finger fluid on it?
I don't see.
I don't think so.
I think your fifth one is a bonus. Water, gasoline, coffee, and oil. I
So
am
I'm doing-
rich and
Yeah.
hydrated.
The only problem with my olive oil now is that now that I'm married, it's no longer extra virgin. So
You should have stopped where everybody thought you were smart, Scott.
someone say something.
Should have stopped there. Now you got to go one level too far. All right, so my thumb is gas.
Okay.
My index finger is water. Regular water. It doesn't have to be ice water. Doesn't have to be hot water.
Okay.
Just good
Filtered.
filtered water.
Filtered, yeah.
Filtered, definitely.
Just filtered,
Yeah.
reverse osmosis,
Yeah.
good water.
Not like Missouri River.
No. Middle finger will be iced tea.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Surprising.
Love iced tea. Love me some iced tea.
Sweetened or unsweetened?
Unsweetened.
Of course.
Unsweetened.
Of course.
Come on.
Here's why I didn't waste it on tea. I don't think I can make a ton out of my finger tea business or anything. And you already got water. Tea's going to be pretty cheap.
Are you going to be okay with this, by the way? Because you have a weird thing about your hands being like gooey or wet or
Yeah,
something.
I actually did think about that. I feel like this is, just a little
Little
wipe
spout?
of the nozzle.
All right.
Just
feel
a
like-
wipe will drop away.
I feel like when the oil comes out, it's just a whoop. All
now
good.
you think
We're good.
so I've got my gas, I've got my water, I've got my iced tea. Now you're thinking one of the other fingers is going to be
Right.
probably alcohol. No, because I'm not an alcoholic.
Oh. Well, good for you, I guess.
Coffee for sure on my
2 caffeinated beverages. We are
Yeah.
addicted to something, aren't we?
yeah, we are.
Unsweet iced tea, I'm assuming.
Unsweet, of course, unsweetened
Okay,
iced
just
tea.
making
And
sure.
then I think my pink will be the olive oil.
Interesting.
I could see it.
Couple comments saying nobody said beer. Nobody said beer.
No,
I don't want the
Nope.
fizz.
No.
And people are like, "Where's the Fireball, Lern?" Look, I'm having a vodka week. Okay, I'm allowed
anything,
to
I
maybe
would
next
do-
week
my
it'll be
mind.
maybe next week it'll be Fireball.
If anything, I'd do expensive wine if I was going to do a liquor, because then I'd just fill the bottle up and sell that shit.
Would you
Yeah.
like a sommelier like present your hand like over like a towel?
It'd be
Would you
your
like to
Jesus-
smell my finger?
Jesus
Would you like
finger.
the white
It would be a red
or the
wine.
red?
It would be a red, right?
Let it breathe. It has been inside my hand for a while. It's been aged in a giant sausage finger cask.
This is a 1981
You have to
vintage.
audibly say gross.
Well, no, I'm just thinking like red wine is kind of like
You
blood.
drink my sausage finger wine. Don't worry.
I mean, I guess, but like
I'm not.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
like,
you
it
have.
has to be red because I don't want a
Yeah.
warm white wine.
Oh, yes. I have
But
a
it's kind of
Riesling
like blood
here in
colored.
my ring finger Riesling.
Yeah, that's good.
Gross.
I'm going.
So we got all your fingers?
Oh yeah, buddy. Water on the index, gasoline on the thumb, oil on the ring finger. I think I'm going coffee on the middle finger and cooking oil on the pinky.
Yeah, if we had to take either gas or olive oil away from me, it'd probably be vodka.
Thanks.
Oh man.
Thanks for not letting me sit on my vodka.
I just missed it. No, I just missed out. All right, Rafe, go ahead.
Water on the thumb.
What are your finger fluids?
Water on the thumb, because I feel like that would be like easiest to just drink straight from the tap. Water on the thumb, ice water. I like that. I'm going ice water because I want it to be cold. I'm going to go exploder on the index.
Woo! Pre-mixed.
Pre-mixed exploder on the index, just in case I'm feeling a little down. Pow! I'm ready to go. Chase it with a little water. I'm ready. Boom, bang. Finger guns. Exploder, water. Pow, 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 pow. I could take over the world. I'm going to go pepper spray on my middle finger.
Wow. Oh, great idea.
That's great.
Great.
You guys,
idea.
think about this. I'm going full-on liquid death pepper spray on my middle finger. So if I'm out in the wild, I'm accosted, I'm in a fight.
Yes.
I'm being accosted by several assailants. I'm just like, okay, you want me to turn this exploder water finger gun into a real painful experience for you? Bam! Flip them off the right way, and then the bear's like,
I'm changing my juice to what he just did. The mace. Juice is out. Mace is in.
Just watch
Yep.
out when you're eating chicken wings or something. You don't want to lick the wrong finger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It could be
well, I'm
spicy.
assuming that I have control over the dispensing of these liquids, that they're not just going to randomly ooze
Just
from my
leak out.
fingertips. 'Cause otherwise, gas is a problem, too, anytime you're at a campfire. I'm going to go...
Good question about the gas, though. What's the PSI on the being released?
how long does it take?
PSI on the gasoline.
31.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever the
It'll
proper
be
pump.
fine.
Yeah, whatever the proper pump
I'm just
is.
making a Swiss Army knife out of my hand.
We'll get
'Cause
the
then here's
details
the other
right.
thing that I was surprised no one chose, because this was my first thing I chose. I'm thinking about survival in the wilderness, which I'm surprised Moon didn't think about this. I'm going to go some sort of either protein shake, something with something nutrient rich
Yeah.
in my ring finger,
Matcha.
where I'm like, hey, I'm stranded. I need energy. Whether I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe it's honey. Could be some sort of like nutrient sugar rich agave. But I got to figure out what it is. But I'm going some kind of protein nutrient rich liquid shake.
It's not bad.
So if
idea.
I got stranded in the wild, I know I could survive on sucking my own fingers. This man survived 180 days in the Grand Canyon sucking on his own hand.
Thanks to his finger fluids.
And then I'm going to go gas with. I'm going to acquiesce to the group because I think that is saves so much money.
I guess we can't smoke.
If I could just gas up, I want a pinky
Well,
because
gas up.
that makes me feel fancy, and I want people to see me going boop, sticking my pinky into my gas tank.
Yeah, man. If I got
Fill it
gas
up.
and oil, coming out of my hand,
I don't need oil.
I'm going to be so rich. I'm not going to be in many
I
survival
don't need oil.
circumstances.
Gas, though.
How long is it going to take you
gas-
to produce a barrel of crude oil out of your finger, though? You're going to be busy. You're going to have a lot of man hours in that.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
And we talking like-
I'll go to sleep, hang it over a barrel and turn it on.
Pay a guy to like wheel a new barrel in.
Are we
every
talking
time
like
it's full?
87 octane
Eight
or
and
like
a half
89?
hours a night. I'm just
premium, dog.
dumping
Dude,
oil.
that's
Oh,
Yeah,
premium?
premium.
Why not? It's your finger.
$4.
Yeah,
Why would you put? Why 87?
yeah.
We're going premium octane.
We're going 93, and I'm only driving
my car
that
don't
kind of
need
car. What,
I'll
you got a
end
new
our-
car now, friend.
My pinky finger will end our dependence on foreign oil. 93.
What hand are we using, right or left?
Left. I write with my right.
Huh.
It's going to be dirty, you know?
I
Left.
think
would
probably
be
left
dirty.
hand.
Why is it dirty? Because
Yeah.
I'm touching pins and I'm
Bro, you have
I'm
magic
slapping I'm
fingers.
shaking hands.
And you're worried about. You're such a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
You just got
No,
gifted magic fingers and you're worried about dirt.
This hand has been doing nothing its whole life, okay? It's
Nothing.
time for it to have its moment. The left hand for me
Time
is
for you to shine, buddy.
It's the fluids.
It's your fluid hand.
It's my dom hand.
Oh man. Here's somebody weighing in, said pinky water, ring finger energy drink, middle finger windshield wiper fluid, index finger oil for truck, thumb gas for truck.
Nobody said barbecue sauce.
Nah.
Yeah, I thought about that, but
Not
that seems
savages.
If you got olive oil, you don't.
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't cross my mind, but I got one food finger. I got a protection finger. I got a hydration finger, an energy finger, a food finger, a defense finger,
Yep.
and a gas finger.
You got it all.
To me,
That's well thought out.
that
Yeah.
feels
Nobody's going to shoot queso out of their hand?
that'd be awesome. Maybe that is. I don't know. I got to look up what the most nutrient dense thing to eat is.
I don't like thin queso.
It's not a
You know,
bad
I like
idea.
chunky, like
that could work in survival.
salsa. The wisest thing to do here is gather as a group and say, okay, listen, we got this guy. You're the utility guy. You got the gas. You got the oil. You're the food guy. You got salsa, queso, hot sauce,
sour cream,
barbecue sauce, sour cream. You got all the goods.
I'm the hot dog guy.
Wesley's just tuning in. Wesley goes, just tuned in. What the F is going on? No, we're talking about what if our fingers were able to dispense unlimited amounts of fluid, what would each finger be?
Wouldn't that be wise, though?
And great point here, there would have to be a finger sphincter.
A finger.
Why does there have to be?
Well, to cut off, sphincter meaning to
Sure.
to kind of cut off.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the
flow?
biology.
The flow.
I'm having my. This is my fantasy. Thank you. I do not have a finger sphincter. What I have are Inspector Gadget fingertips that open up and then have like little dispensers underneath, and then they close back up like a little cap. And they can eject. Like my defense finger, my fingertip ejects,
Shoots out.
and you're getting pepper sprayed, dog. And they're coming, and I think both hands.
No, mine will have a hinge. It's got to have a hinge. I don't want anything shooting out.
The only thing I want, only on my defense finger, but I want it to have a little rocket on it that comes back and lands back on my finger after I pepper spray everybody.
Dude, you know what the cool thing is, too, with the water fingers?
What?
Built-in bidet.
That's right.
Oh man, good thinking.
Yeah.
So if you had the
You
opportunity,
can shower.
if we had the
Some people
opportunity,
go water gun, some people go bidet.
if we had the opportunity to do
Ice cold bidet for me and Lern. We committed to ice water, so that's going to be a cold schwinkty.
Well, I'll have room tip if you guys want to borrow it.
Yeah, no, mine is
Give me a
regular
squirt.
room temp water because I could always ice my my
But why?
water coming out of the
Oh,
finger.
could you?
Yeah, mine's room temp as well. So if we had the opportunity to do the tribe of finger fluid tribe, but you had to sacrifice one or two for the good of the group, taking away your iced tea, your vodka, or whatever, would you do that? Or would you be like, oh, no, you know what, just in case I get separated or y'all vote me out or something, I'm just going
If
to...
you die, does your hand still work?
No.
Can we cut your hand off and
No.
keep it?
No,
Good
you,
question,
it goes with you.
Once the body's
Which is one of the benefits of the
I
tribe.
love
We
how
all- we want-
confident you are when you're like, no,
That's
don't
one of
be
the-
ridiculous.
That's one of the benefits of the tribe because we want to protect the hot dog condiment guy.
Yeah.
We don't want
Well,
him going nowhere.
I feel like we all need to have our own. That's what the 5 is for. You need to have the utilitarian and the fun.
But then we're all
on
going to
your
have
own.
water. We're all going to have oil. We're all
well,
going to
good
have
in case
whatever.
we get separated.
Yeah.
We went
Well-
from 50 Toes LLC to 25 Liquid Fingers
Guys,
LLC,
it's
and I
not-
like it.
It's not how civilization works. We have specialists for a reason, so we can rely on each other, and it's
I think each person
Group
could
survival.
strategically still find a way to have like the basic 5 components that you need for survival, and we could still benefit the group. Be a little tougher. Not everyone can have gas, but
not everybody can have hot sauce or.
But you could have lighter
pepper spray.
fluid, right?
So if you had pepper spray, hey man, you're infantry. Hey, somebody's coming in. Somebody's attacking Rizzuto Studio. Well, Rafe's got the pepper
Maybe if
spray.
I
You
did
go
have
first.
to take, all right, gas is already taken. You got to remove your gas finger and replace it with something else. Maybe a hot sauce hand.
Yeah.
Maybe a hot sauce hand. Like one will be like,
Mine's green pepper
Very hot.
Tabasco.
Yeah, and we're going to need you to be near the mess hall
Very
at noon
hot.
every day.
kind of a medium, a mild. Yeah, green salsa. I don't know. Green hot sauce.
Interesting
That's important.
concept, though.
You're going to need to be around everybody. You're going to need to have group lunches, and you're sitting in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
If you got the hot sauce.
You think
Nobody
people,
said Gatorade, man. Maybe some Gatorade.
You think people will be down with this? I mean,
Electrolytes, the body needs.
we're not down with the shots giving us micro computers in us, but we're down with installing condiment fingers. I'm just,
Yeah.
as a society,
Oh, I
are we
would.
cool?
Less,
Yeah, I'm
less
okay.
trackable.
Dude,
All right,
we
good.
get 25 people.
I'm okay with
Look,
that.
dude, I'm all over the TV today. Guys, I don't know if you realize this. I'm a movie star. Look at this.
How could people see that on the radio?
Well,
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm going to drive over here and look in the window.
Was
Listen to
that
this.
you measuring your own?
Muted
that's me in
TV.
my house.
Every time I point to the TV, Lord, doesn't mean you need to speak of what is on the TV.
I'm sorry. Get on. We're watching Fox 2 in here, and my endorsement deals
You
are
look
running.
good, bud.
Thanks.
If
I
only that
pointed at
lady
the
had
TV.
finger fluids.
Okay, so the way the
Star.
studio's set up is the TV. There's 2 giant screens in front of me. Okay, like on the wall. So one has got channel 2 on. The other is like a screen that if Moon needs to show me something, he puts it on there. So Lern did a spot for, was it Windows Direct?
STL Windows Direct.
STL Windows Direct. This is the first time her commercial's airing, and I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
I point to it.
Right.
Like,
Like,
oh,
hey,
look, you're on
acknowledge.
TV. Not for you to say, I'm on TV.
You know, man, I'm like the dog with a squirrel. All right, so you see a squirrel, I can't help it.
Anyway,
Look, I'm on TV now.
no, that's the Carroll House people.
Oh, not bad.
Anyway, hey, somebody won the Powerball yesterday, so that's done.
Can I just say, I know we're over it, but I'm a little surprised you don't have a milk finger as a cat person.
I was thinking about that, having like the cats like their little cat food popsicle things that I give them.
Ooh, a tuna finger?
Tuna finger.
Tuna finger.
That's why I didn't say it.
You're out of the tribe.
That's
Liquid
not a
tuna?
fluid.
Oh, God.
No, you
Anyway.
can't-
You can liquefy it.
No, you can't do
I
that.
almost thought for a second it'd be nice to have it where you could spray urine out. Then I realized we already have a finger for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, moving away from the finger fluid, somebody did win the Powerball last night, so that's over with. Somebody bought the Powerball ticket, the winner in California, $1.7 billion. Good for them. One winner.
1.7 billion? That's the payout? That's
1.7 billion was the jackpot. I don't know if they took the
You know they took the lump sum, dog. There's
but
no
I'm not
way.
sure what that is.
Is this a state?
Which area of California?
What is 1.7 billion divided by 20? Somebody do the math on that.
Is this a state that they have to come forward?
I'm not sure. Only one winning ticket. Jackpot is now reset back to 20 million. The winning ticket was sold at a market in Fraser Park, which is a small community of around 2,500 in Kern County between Bakersfield and Los Angeles.
I'm pretty sure I have family there.
That really
I
does
need to
sound
go
like
visit.
nothing, doesn't it? 20 million? I mean, it is nothing compared to one.
It's a lot.
No, it's not compared to 1.7 billion. Like the gap, that
It's a large gap. Yeah.
Holy cow.
That is a big gap. But the prize has been rolling over since it was last won in mid-July when it was $1.08 billion. That winning ticket was bought by somebody in downtown Los Angeles.
Somebody said that they saw on the website, or on a website, that the lump sum is about $756 million.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That might last a little bit.
So that is the
Dude, if you-
second biggest jackpot of the game's history.
You could do the yearly. If you did a 20-year payout, that's $85 million a year.
Yeah, you're good.
So even you could get it all instead of taking the lump sum and taking the big hit. I mean, I don't know how much the yearly taxes on that are, but $85 million a year is that's not nothing.
No, that's not nothing.
But not only are you taking the big hit, you're also increasing your ability to not lose it automatically as far as the interest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that 85 million in 20 years ain't going to be the same 85 million this year.
Oh,
You know
interesting.
what I'm saying? So you're locking
Well, I
in.
thought it's the value of the dollar is not the same year after year.
That's what I mean.
it gets
You're
less
locking
and
in
less.
and guaranteeing loss on interest. You're just kind of betting on how much that loss is going to be and whether you can make up that loss, that percentage loss, with your investments on the lump sum.
But you also got $85 million to invest. And if you screw something up,
Every
you
year.
get another
for
$85
20
million.
It's 20, I think at the payout
Yeah,
is
good point.
29 years.
There's a big math equation of risk versus reward, and you're going against
That's
inflation
a
and some
lot
other
of money,
things.
dude.
So the payout is over 29 years.
I'm just saying, like people on the when you just write it down simply, you're like, well, you want to take that and just take the hit, or get it paid out, but just remember that that you're not going to have the same purchasing power with those same dollars in
Do you
20
guys
years.
think you'd get bored? Like if you had $1.7 billion,
No, I would.
let's say
definitely
you
not.
got to keep it all. Are you at a point in your lives where, damn the torpedoes, you have nothing left to prove from a career standpoint? You don't want to.
No,
would you stop making music?
I will never get bored. I can tell you that right now.
Would you just travel, or would you just
I'd
sit
get
at home
expensive
and count
hobbies.
your money like Scrooge McDuck? Would you swim in it?
Like take a treasure bath?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably would too.
Yeah.
No, I would.
I'm not gonna lie.
Did you guys
I
hear-
would
I like
fill
that scent.
a pool.
Did you guys hear about
cash.
the billionaire that passed
I'm going
away?
to talk about that right now.
My man.
Look at you.
My man. I meant to send you this story a couple days ago because you got to talk about this guy. You got to talk about
His
this
name
guy.
is Chuck Feeney. This guy.
Mr. Feeney.
Chuck Feeney.
It's an action.
He
You know about
passed
this guy?
away.
No.
He passed away at 92.
For good reason.
Passed away 92 at 92 on Monday. And this guy made billions co-founding a company that owns a lot of the duty-free shops that you see at airports.
Wow.
So if you see a duty-free shop at an airport, chances are that this Chuck Feeney guy was the guy that co-founded the company that owns them. So he lived the last 30 years of his life on a strict budget after giving away his entire fortune.
All of it.
his charity, over 38 years, handed out $8 billion in grants. $8 billion. He was a big fan of this giving while living thing and launched this charity in 1982 called Atlantic Philanthropies. They finally shut down 3 years ago after announcing they had successfully donated all his money. All of it. Wow. All of it.
I think what I had read, because I was doing a little bit of digging just to see, like, he has like 4 or 5 grown children. Because my wife was like, did he save any for his kids? Are they just over there going, Dad?
Yeah.
And I think he saved something like $2 million for himself and his family or something like that.
Yeah, and the kids are okay. The kids are okay.
The kids are okay, but they didn't get billions of dollars. They didn't even get millions.
Wow. So this guy was worth around $8 billion. Much of it was donated anonymously. Donations supported like education, healthcare.
That's cool.
His foundation donated to infrastructure in Vietnam, universities in Ireland, medical centers devoted to finding cures for cancer, cardiovascular disease. So he chose over the last 3 decades of his life. So again, he died at 92. So from like his early 60s, this guy was hella frugal. And that's right, I did say hella. He did not own a car. He did not own a home. He preferred to live in a rented apartment in San Francisco.
These type of rich people are the coolest type to me.
This is a freaking hero.
Yeah.
This guy's riding the bus in the subway, doing all that kind of stuff, has billions and billions and just giving it away. And giving it away anonymously. The guy donated and like helped build like hundreds of buildings. 0 of them have his name on it.
Yeah, that's nice of him.
He would pay in these huge
sure
cashier's checks so it couldn't be tracked or like attributed to him.
Let's be honest.
Dude, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, we're over here celebrating, like, tech billionaires and stuff that haven't invented anything, but like,
if
run
I won
companies
that
or bought
1.7 billion, I'm donating none of it.
I think I have a couple of friends.
None of it. It's all mine.
How amazing.
Have you guys had friends like this where I have 2 friends that I can think of in my mind, and I'm not going to out them because they would be embarrassed, where they come from huge wealth. Either they've earned it themselves or their parents have, they've just been born with it. And I have a friend who lived near Chicago, the most humble person ever. Went to the Air Force. Like, this chick is just the salt of the earth. You would never expect her to have come from huge, insane amounts of wealth. And I remember she invited me to her parents' house, like one summer in between college semesters. And she's like, yeah, we'll just hang out. I roll up to this house, biggest house I've ever seen in my life. I immediately started laughing. I go, what is this place? Like, because she didn't have lavish things. You would never expect that. I think those type of people are just the neatest.
Idiots, right?
No, the neatest millionaires.
You were part of her poor people Rumspringa.
I probably was.
Look, I know somebody poor.
Walk amongst the poor.
Say hi to Lern, guys.
If you want your inheritance, you must walk amongst the poors for 5 years.
What if they were playing a game where they won some bonus if they brought over the poorest friend?
I'm down. I'm not kidding. I rode a bike through her house. I rode a bicycle through her house.
If you could you bring an ATM receipt showing the balance in your account?
Each of you go out and befriend a poor, then bring them to dinner. Whoever brings the poorest poor will be able to hunt them for sport.
Have them do ridiculous things like ride bicycles through the home.
Do you want to ride a bike through my house? Yes, I do. It was
cool spinning in
hell.
circles in the foyer.
I couldn't get over it, man.
Listen, here's how selfish I am. Whatever I don't spend of my 1.7 billion, you're burying me with it.
Okay, well.
Nobody gets anything.
Salty.
Nobody gets anything.
That actually surprised. Someone emailed in about the finger conversation, said no one said liquid gold.
Dang it.
Come out their finger.
That's
I'm
oil.
surprised you didn't think of that.
That's oil.
I was also thinking maybe a red sauce.
Oil is
you know how much quicker
gold.
gold you could convert that into
As
money?
an Italian.
I feel like you're going to burn a finger.
And I didn't say red sauce.
Yeah. Your mom commented.
Yeah, she's upset. Anyway, so you got the guy that gave away $8 billion, pretty much anonymously.
Good for him.
And then you have people that have the sense of entitlement where, gimme.
Have you?
Gimme.
Do you guys watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, of course.
One of my favorite episodes is when Ted Danson and Larry both donated money to this wing of this gallery. And then Ted Danson did it anonymously. And Larry's getting his name put on the wall, and he's trying to get it taken off. He doesn't want to get outclassed by Ted Danson, so he's trying to like last minute get his name taken off.
That sounds like something I would do. I'm sorry. I'm somewhat living a Curb Your Enthusiasm life.
It made me think of you.
Yeah. So the sense of entitlement is strong with some people. Now, we've talked about time blindness before. Do you remember that conversation? Time blindness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a real thing afflicting some members of our society. And I guess as an ableist, I don't know. I'm not recognizing time blindness as something that is afflicting many of our community.
Here come the emails.
And, yeah, shame on me. So we talked about time blindness a couple months ago and how ridiculous such a thing is. Time blindness, go ahead, Moon. Tell everybody what time blindness is.
Time blindness is, when you're never on time and you needed a really good excuse. And society says, maybe that's believable.
Okay, so a woman looking for work, she has taken to social media because she wants to call out employers for failing to recognize time blindness as a real disability and an excuse to be late.
Hey, I honestly fully back that some people are more time blind than others. But that's why we have clocks and watches.
Okay, yes.
Clocks and watches.
Yes, we're not.
If you
We
know
don't have to
that
go
you don't
look
have
at
a
the
good
sundial.
Yeah, if you know that you don't have a good sense of time and you are time blind, okay, now you know that. You probably knew that since you were 9.
But what is time, Moon?
Exactly.
Good
It's a
question.
perception.
I'm wanting to go down the rabbit
It's the
hole right now.
perception of the movement of everything going forward. The happenings continuing to happen in the present into the future.
Time doesn't exist.
Oh, it exists.
It's all a perception, but we have
We start at 6 o'clock.
but we have incredible measurements.
have to.
Incredible tools of measurement
we have
available to everyone.
Contractually, yes, we have to.
We
start
never
at
start at
6.
6.
This
Am I in the studio at 6?
Yeah, but you're not on the air at 6.
Am I gathering my things and putting things together at 6?
Well, technically, you're here at 3:30.
Okay.
So technically, you start at 3:30.
I'm an
Again,
overachiever.
time doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
we
Anyway,
can get into the philosophy of it, but
I'm not going to get into the philosophy of it.
No, I'm saying
I want to get into the nonsense of this.
This is a great argument, and I would like you to read it as if it was written by an ancient Roman that didn't have a watch. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Where
this
we
is like
have to check the position of the sun.
Right. This is an argument for somebody living in the mountains with no watches.
Okay,
and-
so this woman, her post begins with her discovering during an interview that a company would not accommodate her time blindness. Her name is Sarah. She shared a video to rant about a recent interview she'd had for a new position, captioning the clip, quote, "I'm tired of workers' rights not being prioritized in this country, and we're entitled for suggesting it should be different." Explaining her reasoning, she says, so I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question, so I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just want to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time? Here's the thing. Sarah, our poster, thinks this was a reasonable thing to ask a potential employer during an interview. And she did not like the response she got. Quote, "They actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness does not exist, and if you struggle being on time, you will never be able to get a job."
Man.
She did not like this. And then she said that the person then told her that her, quote, "stupid generation wants to destroy the sanctity of the workplace and have a decent work ethic." Well, I'll push back on that a little.
Yeah, cool, old man.
I want to say, and I'm hoping, Moon, and you don't know this for a fact. You don't know this for a fact. I'm hoping that this woman here is an outlier. I'm hoping this is an outlier situation where this is not the mainstream. I don't know. You don't know. We're not out there. We're not out there in HR doing the interviews. I've heard the stories, and I'm hoping, again, these are outliers. I still have hope for the next generation.
They are. I think all of it's outliers. That's who controls our narrative now in society, are the outliers at the extreme ends of each.
Yeah, the loudest barkers.
Yeah.
Right, of course. So she claims, this is what she said she replied with, well, yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time when there are other solutions that we could look at, I think that just anyone who thinks that it's okay to treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled.
It's time to put, well, You know what I'm saying?
The time has come, I think. I wouldn't know, for I was born time
The
blind.
time will come at some point, and you'll have to let me know when that is.
And then she says she told the potential employer, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think I'm entitled? No. If people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
Yeah. She showed up for her
Showed
interview.
him.
Yep.
Showed up for her interview in a horse and carriage to really sell it. She's like, I was born time blind. I don't even know what year it is.
Not surprisingly,
Didn't get
I
hired.
don't. Not only did she not get hired, I don't think she got the reaction that she was hoping for.
Oh, no.
When she posted this.
Well, she should have talked with the guy that applied for the job that had work ethic blindness. And I think that would have been beneficial to know she's not getting hired.
Yeah, I think people misunderstand other arguments and apply them to all arguments. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, all the language that we're seeing being used and everything, it's like, okay, now you're taking real fights. Now you're taking the oomph, the gravitas from actual fights because you're using the language. You're trying to apply it to every single thing that you would like to go your way, and it's such a difficult thing to watch because you're like, man, these people are fighting for something real over here, something real that's had like actual lasting impacts on generations, and they're trying to change something that needs to be changed. And then now you're trying to change the time you start for work and using the same language and same arguments. Come on, man. You're ruining it for everybody.
Going to the emergency room, suffering from a heart attack, and having to wait an hour because your doctor struggles with time blindness.
I think about this all the time. I think about like what's going to happen in the future. I was thinking about this yesterday, how the greatest generation, like everything we take for granted, like pilots, right? Like I get on an airplane, I want to believe the pilot has everything they need to fly that plane. They're going to do it well. We're going to get to our destination. I don't have, and with each passing year, I feel like my faith, my just kind of silent faith in everything is starting to dwindle because we are getting down to the nitty gritty of every little thing. And we are realizing the humanity through it all and the neuroses through it all. And it gives me no faith that things that we take for granted, the surgeon, the doctor, the pilot, the people that we need them to be at the tip top of their profession, that it's going to be there for one reason or another. And it worries me. It really does.
I think some people believe that we should get rid of all standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All standards.
Like
That's
all
the thing.
standards and
Yep.
systems that have been built by millennia of humans that have experienced life as we are. Different circumstances, some different variables and different things, but it's still the same life. We're still living. We're still asking the same questions the ancient Greeks were. Hey, which brings me to like.
If you start going with philosophy stuff,
No, I'm not, man. I'm not.
I'm outta here.
I would love to. It's a different podcast. But let's say. What the heck is that?
man.
Wake up.
What is
Wait,
that?
it's the philosophy guys calling.
So yeah, it is.
It's me from the future telling me to shut up.
When you're talking about school, and maybe this is a dumb question, maybe this is like everybody already knows this. The schoolhouse, okay, in the middle of Pennsylvania, 400 years ago, or 300 years ago.
Yeah.
How do they? What time do they meet? You know what I mean? Like, how did everybody get together? Let's just say 200 years ago. 200 years ago, the single room schoolhouse that we all see in the little, wow, look at this used to be a schoolhouse here, and all these children would get here. When would they get here?
When the
I don't
sun
know.
came
When
up.
were clocks invented?
What do you mean when the sun came up? I'm asking a real question. Like, how did they do it? Does anybody know how they did it?
I love this. I love this question because I don't know the answer, but it all started with native peoples with the sun and the moon, right?
the position of the sun.
yeah,
and that's how, and sundials.
But that's what I'm saying.
Ancient
But
people.
the watch was invented in 1505, just off the top of my head.
Oh my goodness.
In Germany. Yeah.
I don't think all the Puritans or whatever were wearing.
But why
wristwatch
60
necessarily.
seconds? Why 24 hours? Like, how do they know?
Oh, that's all. That's
We
all
just
math.
have to trust the person that
That's
said
all
it.
math with the.
We just had to trust the person that say that this is Thursday.
But that's what I'm talking about. We're breaking down that blind faith that we have in the systems that are in place. People are questioning that. And sometimes it's beautiful and we can have really amazing conversations.
Or sometimes idiots.
it can be idiots.
Idiots grab a hold of the narrative, and we just want to erase all standards.
It can be both beautiful and terrible. at
What's the
same time.
difference between time blindness and somebody who just doesn't put in an effort to show up on time?
Well, those are the people that are taking advantage of time blindness.
I've known
Those
a
are
few,
the same people.
I've known a few people.
What?
Believe it or not.
I have a disease.
I have a disease.
I've known a few people that were always consistently 10 minutes or 12 minutes late. I mean, every time. We're sitting on a bus waiting for somebody, and they're 11 minutes late or 12 minutes late. And it was always so very consistent that you're like, well, you have consistency. You're not
always holding a coffee they just got at Starbucks.
Yeah, you're not all over the place. So what is it the one simple thing you have to change in your mind to actually be on time? Because it has nothing to do with your time blindness or this or that. You're clearly saying, oh, I got to be there at 10 o'clock, so you're going to get ready at 9:43. When all you got to do is start getting ready at 9:33.
It's called being a damn adult.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Well, and also this is taking away from people who maybe have ADHD. There's a lot of people in the chat right now being very vulnerable, saying, I have ADHD. And yeah, this kind of takes away from people that have that. I look at time blindness, I go, I don't believe
But
that.
some people have to work harder than others.
Yeah, we all have weaknesses, and you got to figure those out, and you got to work it. You got to work it.
I understand that. I'm just saying, like, time blindness it's almost like we were talking about ADHD and having empathy and trying to help people with that. This is doubling down on that, saying now I have time blindness where I can't be on time for anything, and you all have to just...
There's a better way to phrase that, too. If you go to a job interview and you're like, hey, maybe they have something going on in their life, too. You know, you could just be like, hey, I have kids, I have all these, can you be flexible with me and give me a window? Because most jobs aren't pilots, aren't doctors, aren't radio hosts where something has to start at the crack of 6 a.m. or... You could I feel like most workplaces are being very flexible these days with that kind of stuff.
Offices and stuff. But let's say you have a retail shop and you're hiring a manager and you need them to open the shop at 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to be.
You can't be late.
We got to open up at 8.
They're not going to get that job then. They're just going to be an employee. They're not going to be the manager. Mm. Unfortunately. I mean, I'm sorry.
And those things that are holding you back, like, don't even think of them as weaknesses. Think of them as, oh, this is a part of my personality. How do I use it? How do I make it a superpower?
I think it's also when you come up with a clever name for something. Like maybe time blindness is just a form of ADHD, and that's what you have.
Right.
But when you start labeling everything silly with silly names.
Okay, here's the thing.
Time blindness.
Time blindness. I love this. Time blindness is the chronic inability to track the passage of time, and it can affect everything about a person's relationship, past, present, future. You know what? I understand. But if you have the chronic inability to track the passage of time, and you happen to live in an era where we have digital to the millisecond satellite, like we are all synced up. Everyone's using the same clock.
My watch is synced up to the U.S. Naval Atomic Clock. That's how I roll.
Yeah, exactly. You have the opportunity, and most likely already have it on your wrist, in your pocket, in your home, on the computers that you're using. It's everywhere. If you have the inability to track the passage of time, take advantage of what humanity has done over the last few thousand years.
We've tried to make it easy for you.
and done for you. They've done the work.
Okay, let me give you another one.
Rejoice, you don't live in the 1100s.
Okay, so we know about time blindness. We're all aware of time blindness. Mm-hmm. We know what that is. It's an excuse to be late.
I have time blindness, unfortunately.
You don't see time blindness. I get it. Do you know what, now another thing that people are afflicted with? It's called perfect moment syndrome.
Perfect moment.
Okay, I'm sitting up straight.
Lern, why don't you tell me? Lern, why don't you tell me what perfect moment syndrome is?
What I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think okay, I'm just going to take a very stereotypical moment. Your wedding. You're a bride. It needs to be the perfect moment. You have to oh my God, I've planned this for 2 years. I have to look amazing. The song needs to be perfect. The man needs to cry. It needs to be a perfect moment. And if it's not, I'm going to have a meltdown.
Wow, that's it.
Is that it? Thank you.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, really?
Perfect moment syndrome is when you set expectations so high for an event or situation, and you are utterly disappointed when those expectations are not met.
Sure.
Oh, man.
This is even a subcategory.
I used to have that for people. Yeah, I used to have that for people.
Yeah.
I used to expect a lot, and then when somebody would let me down, I'd be like, "Oh, what a colossal disappointment."
This is perfectionism.
But you know what, though?
But I've grown out of that.
But you move on.
Yeah.
Life ain't perfect.
Yeah.
And then you
Let
go,
him go.
all right, I let it go.
I
But no,
thought
people quote just can't after this.
just can't.
Well, you got to get through that, man. And trust me,
understand that, man.
you're looking at somebody who is a perfectionist, and I am very type A, and I have problems. I've had letting go is really hard for my personality type, but man, it is an active practice every day, and like you just got to let it go.
Yeah, man. Active practice. That's it. That when you want to just can't, you just gotta.
You just gotta.
Yeah, this does sound like, I agree with you. I think it sounds just like this is just a subcategory of perfectionism as a whole. Mm-hmm. You know, what's the old proverb? Perfection is the enemy of very good. Because if you, especially in like creative stuff, they'll say like, I've heard every writer say that. Like if you sit and work on a script and work on it, you could work on it forever. Jokes are never done. I have jokes that are on my special that are better now. That I'm like, I wish I'd have told that version on. But it's like you could always be doing that. You can always, the moment could always be a little better.
Your
You know what
perfect
I mean?
moment syndrome would be, okay, I'm putting out my special on Wednesday, and once it hits, there's going to be fireworks that light up the
10
sky. I'm gonna
million
get 10
views.
million views, and
Getting a
there's going to be, I'm going to get all these messages,
Right.
and Dave Chappelle's going to call me up that night, and he's going to ask me to go on the
Yes.
road with him. And that doesn't happen.
And it is a balance.
Yes.
It's all about a balance, right? You have an expectation that you hope it is, and you're excited, and those are all very correct things to want and feel. But then you have to let yourself understand, like, hey, man, you're building this up in your brain, and it's probably not going to happen in the way that you think. And if it does, amazing. But if it doesn't, that's okay.
People are, like somebody would say, my mood ruins big events due to anxiety from expectations.
Yeah. Oh,
That sucks.
Yeah.
Same happens with songs when you're putting songs together. Sometimes you're just like, I know that this is what needs
This
it
is
needs to
gonna
sound
hit.
like, and then it just doesn't, and you wrestle it for a while, and then at some point you just have, even if it's great, at some point you got to just go, okay, I'm done, I'm walking away. It's over. It's out there.
Or
now.
it's, I wrote a song, and this is going to be the biggest thing ever. I wrote a joke, and this is going to make everybody in the world laugh, and it doesn't. And you know what? That's life.
I thought you were going to say that it was the, it's like the paralyzation when you are waiting for a perfect moment to make a decision, and therefore you can't decide.
Yeah.
You can't,
No.
you never act. I see so many people that like have these great dreams or these great, ideas and plans, and like they have the skills to put them to use, and they just go, I'm
keep
waiting for
waiting.
the perfect moment,
They'll
waiting for
come
the
up with
perfect
another
moment.
stupid thing for that.
People
Wait a
think
minute,
about
you
that
know?
with becoming parents to make that decision. A lot of people can't jump in because they're like, oh, I need to get all these things done and this perfect moment. And the one thing I can say about that is there's never a perfect moment to do that. It's like, and that's what I hear from all my parent friends. They're like, no, we just did it. Because whenever
Yeah.
I was researching, like, do I want to be a parent? Everybody I talked to about it was like, yeah, it's not a
go for
moment.
it.
You just go, so.
You're just going to tell people, hey, trying to live in the moment. Live
be
in the
present,
moment.
Yeah.
That's it. This perfect moment syndrome. It's life.
Yeah.
Live
It
in the moment
happens.
and go for it.
It happens. Yes, you want your dream princess wedding, but damn it,
It's probably not going to happen.
something along the way is going to happen.
Right.
And just remember that nothing ever happens to people.
In my dream, it's a perfectly, blue sky day, not a cloud. Oh my God, I see a cloud. Oh, it's ruined my It's not exactly what I envisioned, and now I'm crippled.
That's where you really know yourself, how you handle the disappointment. And that's something where I think, I know we're dealing with this right now with my family, where you got to let your kids be disappointed, right? Like you have to allow them to have moments where, oh my God, it didn't happen exactly the way I wanted it to, or it needed to happen. Oh, I'm disappointed. And that's an active practice of being disappointed, because adulthood is all about disappoinment. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
I'm
Mine
disappointment
seems
blind,
perfect.
so I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see it. I want to live in your world.
I block it out.
I want to live in your
Just
world.
kidding.
That was the
I think
saddest
about it
thing.
constantly every day as soon
That's
as
the
I wake up.
saddest thing I'll hear all year.
Adulthood is all about disappointments?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's all about life, though. Like, and it sounds negative, but it's not.
Once you realize that,
It's this life is all about readjusting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about being resilient.
Once you realize that everything's not going to bend to your will,
Right.
Yes.
You can move on.
Adapt or die.
No, I get it. And a lot of people saying, hey, listen, having ADHD and time blindness is a bitch, in so
Sure.
many ways. But there are things to help you out.
I agree. It's not, doesn't make you a bad person. It is a symptom of a real thing, but it is also something that, and some of the people said this in their emails, we all have flaws that we have to adjust for in order to participate in society.
Coexist.
And if you want a job where it requires you to be on time, then you have to make adjustments. And I'm like, that is part of the deal. I don't like what time I have to be here in the morning. I'm a comedian. I do not want to get up. But I know the panic of not being here at 6 a.m. gets me up.
Yeah.
Whether my alarm goes off or not, I wake up and I'm on my feet.
Raring to go.
And I'm pounding some Exploder and I'm here. And like, that's my...
Yeah.
So it's like there is some expectation of we all are dealing, and you never know what's going on in anyone's life. We all have, like, I have, flaws also. There's stuff that, whether you're dealing with perfectionism and that's your thing, and you got to meditate and be like, I have to be proactive in knowing that, like, I am a perfectionist, and that can stand in the way of making some very good projects, or that can stand in the way of being a good collaborator. You have to figure out what your workarounds are for that. So I think that has to, no matter what your thing is, figure out.
Know thyself.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Come on.
Know thyself.
Come on.
I love how we keep trying to make this all sentimental and like actually meaningful, and you just want us to tell a poop joke or something.
No, I
When
do.
in doubt, just poop it out.
No, listen, we got the Craigslist Freak of the Week coming up after the break. Yes, what?
Tina is late for everything. I live with a late
Is
person.
she time blind?
She has ADHD. She might have time blindness, but also she has a person in her house going, hey, go get ready, and she still doesn't get up and get ready. So sometimes, yes, it's time blindness. Sometimes it's my time is more valuable than your time. There's a big difference, I think, because I'll be like, hey, I know it's going to take you 2 hours to get ready. Go start right now. And she's like, I'm going to watch one more episode of this show. And I'm like, well, the wedding's at 2. It's noon. You're still in your pajamas. I know you. Go get ready. And then she doesn't. And then I leave her. And it's great. We have worked that out. That's a workaround in our relationship where I'm like, I don't want to fight with you about being late. I'm an on-time person. Here's my exit time. It is a hard line for me. We can drive separate, and that's fine. I'd rather ride together. And then I just leave. But it's like also first person to be mad when her plane's 1 minute late. Tina Debo. Can't believe the audacity these people have.
That's when her perfect moment syndrome
Exactly.
kicks in.
Exactly.
She is tortured.
Exactly.
All right, so after the break, we got the Craigslist Freak of the Week. It's round number 2. In fact, our final round number 2 week. So we have, let me see, we have the number 4 seed going up against the number 5 seed, going up against the number 12 seed, going up against the number 29 seed. So 2 move on to the quarterfinals. 2 of those ads based on your votes. So Lern will read the ads for you after the break. But first, I want to shout out the hat of the week and the company sponsoring my head this week, Trimlight, Southeast Missouri. Trimlight, Southeast Missouri is an innovative patented lighting system that allows customers to have permanent exterior lighting professionally installed on their homes and businesses, eliminating the hassle and worry of hanging Christmas or holiday lights ever again. Trimlight, Southeast Missouri, brighten your world with smart lifetime lighting. TrimlightSemo.com. And I thank you, Trimlight, for your generous donation to the Song Society. Song Society is a St. Louis-based nonprofit charity organization that provides music therapy by board-certified music therapists to support and empower the voices of kids, teens, families affected by medical life changes, cancer, or chronic illness, free of charge. So thanks, Trimlight, Southeast Missouri. I will wear your hat for another couple of days. We'll put it out there in the socials. In fact, Trimlight, how about that? You got on Fox 2.
Look at that.
You're on Fox 2. Bonus.
Bonus. Thanks to the Rizzuto detective agents.
So if your company or brand wants to sponsor the Hat of the Week and have one of your, one of the members of the Riz Show here wear your hat all week on the show, plug your business, have it displayed on the studio cams, and then your company make a donation to the Song Society, please email us, RizShow1057thepoint.com, and we'll pass your information along to the powers that be. And that is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Riz. HotShotsNet.com/Team Riz from Bourbon, Missouri, Morgan Watson.
Yeah, Watson.
Morgan Watson. Morgan has been a listener to the show for many, many, many years now, tunes into the show every day. Morgan has called in and participated in multiple games on the show over the years. And this show always helps to drown out her day-to-day worries. Morgan is a dedicated Riz evangelist, and her favorite segments, just two of us, Freak of the Week and Friday Fails. Well, thank you, Morgan. Morgan Watson from Bourbon, Missouri. Morgan will get the Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, first break of the morning. We'll come back, and we got the Craigslist Freak of the Week. 7:16, Thursday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. NASCAR weekend at WWT Raceway is June 1st and 2nd, 2024, and tickets are now on sale for $10 down at WWTRaceway.com. We got a lane closed due to a stalled vehicle, 270 westbound at Lilac. Also, a lane closed due to a crash 270 eastbound at Manchester, and 2 lanes closed due to a crash 55 northbound after Butler Hill Road. Your point forecast today, warm, breezy, and dry, high of 81. Right now it's 56 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
Michelle, great point on the instant feedback. So she's wondering, referencing the time blindness, if the poster, Sarah, if she sees the time when it's time to leave work.
Good point.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Is she on time then? Oh, quitting time.
It's only acute onset time.
I'm cured. All right, stay there. Come back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. All right, so in a couple minutes here, we got the Craigslist Freak of the Week. The playoffs roll on. Round number 2, our final round number 2 competition. We have 4 champions going at it. 2 will move on to the quarterfinals of the Freak of the Year playoffs. Also, in about a half hour, we'll talk to 2 former teachers. Former teachers.
And no, they did not retire.
No. One former teacher was fired just recently for going onto TikTok, and he's a comedian. He was on TikTok saying he crop dusted his students, the students he didn't like. So we'll talk to, what the hell's his name?
Stephen Taylor.
Oh, Stephen Taylor. I have it written down, Rafe. That's your buddy.
Stephen Tyler.
Stephen Taylor.
Oh.
Stephen Taylor, he was a
Fart
teacher.
in an elevator.
He was a teacher out in Kansas.
Crop dusting those kids when I'm
Is it
going
Olethe?
down.
Yeah, Kansas City. So I don't know. Olethe might be on the Missouri side, but yeah.
Yeah, they keep saying Kansas teacher. Kansas teacher fired for funny TikTok videos. Now he's got 30 stand-up gigs booked. That was the headline. We'll also talk to the former teacher from St. Clair High School, former English teacher Brianna Coppage, who now is very famous for being on OnlyFans.
Does she want to sing Brianna or Brooklyn Love? Because that's what she is on the Twitter feeds.
Well, I think.
Well, what is she on OnlyFans? Brooklyn Love?
Yeah, I mean, I would think at this point that I'm assuming that name was to hide her identity, which has now been.
Yeah.
We can ask her, but she texted and emailed as Brianna, so I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's to say, hey, it's really me.
Okay.
But we'll plug.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course we'll plug.
She's doing fine.
Oh, we'll plug. Yeah, I'm sure she's doing great.
She's doing great.
I read that she's now in like the top, 1% of all earners on OnlyFans.
Plug as in the radio term.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Moon, how else?
It's Thursday, man. It's Thursday.
Yeah, you're right.
One teacher fired for something coming out of their butt.
Yep.
Oh,
And,
boy.
know,
Yeah.
I don't listen. I don't know. I'm not on her OnlyFans, so I'm not sure what goes on there. So it's Olethe. Thank you,
think
Valerie.
so.
Olethe. Well, it's Valerie just sent me it phonetically.
All right.
On instant feedback.
Excellent.
Sounds like she knows. This video is all over social media. Did somebody finally get actual footage of Bigfoot? I think so, and I think this is definitive proof. So now we can put everything to bed.
Great.
There is Bigfoot, and he's out there, and he's taking a dump in Colorado, and somebody got it on camera. Woo. So Shannon and Stetson Parker celebrated their 10th anniversary over the weekend by doing some sightseeing. They took a train ride through a remote part of Colorado, and were in the last 2 seats on the caboose with a great view. And at some point, they noticed movement. Then the person next to them started filming. And it does look like Bigfoot or somebody in a Bigfoot suit.
Where in Colorado? Is this the Cog Railroad going up to Pikes Peak? Is this the Silverton Durango rail?
This was supposedly in an area with very limited access to cars.
Okay, I was going to say, because if it's the Pike Peak, if it's the cog rail that goes up the Pike Peak, there's a road that goes up there, and I can see this being a perfect place for
Now,
a prank.
it's definitely not a bear. A few people online thought it might have been a hunter in one of those, ghillie suits.
It's very funny.
But Stetson, who spent 10 years in the Air Force, says it's definitely not somebody in a ghillie suit. And there is a zoomed-in picture if you want to.
How can you say definitely not somebody in a ghillie suit? It kind of looks like a ghillie suit, and it blends perfectly in with the bush around it.
Yeah.
That's why you can't see Bigfoot, dude.
Duh.
And who is filming this stuff? Come
What if we're all
on.
Bigfoot blind?
You got to zoom in. You had the opportunity. You're there.
It's funny that you said that because I wrote an episode of Tammy Bangs where my character is in a ghillie suit trying to clean the vents, and he gets hot and falls through, and they think he's a Sasquatch.
Oh, really? So this guy even says he asked a conductor in the train company, like, if they, hey, did you guys plan like an elaborate, prank for Halloween or something? They said no. Whatever it is, it was walking on two legs at the start of the video, then it squats down like it's trying to hide or take a dump.
No, it squats down like it's having a picnic. Look at this. It sits down. Watch, Lern. It sits down like this and just like it's looking at the train like, I'm just going to sit here and watch
Try to
you
blend
guys.
in.
Oh, he's not
Try to
trying
blend in.
You lay down.
Moon.
What, man?
We have the proof.
He's
finally.
still moving. He's like scratching
his
head.
The proof.
Yep. It's
Finally.
real.
Let's just believe it and
It's
move on.
real.
It's real.
It's real to me, damn it.
Come on.
Can you zoom in?
No, look, there is I just saw a zoomed in.
A zoomed in thing of this?
It is a little suspicious that the name of it's called Doo-Doo Gorge, which I thought was kind of a little on the nose.
Are you going to retweet that, Moon, so people can see it?
Yeah.
Because people need to see this.
Yeah, people do because it's proof, 100%. I mean,
important stuff.
we finally got the proof that I need at least,
I just quoted
and
Lern.
I'm all in.
Because people need to see this.
I'm all in. And now that we have definitive proof, I, for one, will bow down to our Bigfoot overlords, and I'm at your service with whatever you need. Thank you. Was that more of a Chewbacca?
They all sound the same.
That was so
Hairy creatures sound the
It
same.
kind of looked like a movie quality Chewbacca costume. I'm not going to lie.
It almost looks like a Harry and the Henderson suit, but I'm not saying it is.
Oh, man, I need to watch that. I need
that
to show the kids
Bigfoot
that.
does have nice conditioner because that is a shiny.
Yeah,
nice.
looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good, Bigfoot. Looking good. Oh, there it is. There's a
God.
close-up.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Moon. There it is.
Well, I mean, this is Harry and the Hendersons. It's the same guy.
It's proof, buddy.
That's the zoomed in.
That's not the zoom. That can't be. That has to be a
the zoomed
different
in.
photo from the from
That's
the
the
video because
zoomed
there's
in,
more brown
man.
bushes around him.
That's zoomed in.
This is something else.
No, it's not. That's zoomed in.
Look at these brown bushes. You see these brown bushes? He sat down in these brown bushes,
bush
okay?
colors.
And then and then look. Do you see the same ones around here? This is a different photo added to the story. Horse
Believe what you want.
poop.
But I'm a believer.
I am too. That's why I want more than this.
I believe.
I demand more.
All right, let's get on with this Craigslist Freak of the Week thing. So it's round number 2 of the competition. You guys will vote for your favorite freak here, who you think should move on to the quarterfinals of the Freak of the Year playoffs. 2 of these ads will move on, the 2 top vote getters. So Lern,
Yes.
we'll read the ads. You'll vote via Twitter, and then tomorrow morning we'll see who moves on. One step closer to being the Craigslist Freak of the Year. Guys, this is why we do this. So just so you know, yes, quarterfinals start next week. Semifinals start on November 16th, and we'll have the final matchup on December 7th. A day that will live in infamy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lauren, let's get to it.
All right.
Craigslist Freak of the Week. Round 2, ad 1.
Mukbang helper, a woman for anyone, 30 years old, Vancouver. Hello, fellow mukbangers. Looking for a partner for an extreme eating and eliminating show. I'm fairly new to the game, but I'm already psyched for the next level. You'll come to my place and feed me. Ramen, burgers, chicken fingers, candy bars, gummies, bacon, Takis, fried fish. You name it, I'll stomach it. I'm an eating machine. Of course, I'll be live streaming on my channel. Part 1 is the eating, and part 2 is the eliminating. I don't purge after all that food. No, you'll wait with me for 24 to 48 hours and document all of my bowel movements. I can't actually stream what happens in the toilet, but you'll be the reporter on the scene. You'll be describing the smell, texture, and the amount. We'll weigh it. You can even sketch it. I know my viewers are curious. It's been my number one question. I eat more than anyone, and I eliminate more than anyone. Wow. Let's go on this journey together and become stars and maybe make a little money. I don't know anyone else doing a 2-part show.
All right, so this is the number 4 seed in our competition, Lady Caca. Yes. Lady Caca. Lady Caca, looking for, and we now all know what a mukbang is.
Yes.
It's eating on camera. And it's not necessarily eating excessive amounts. It's just eating on camera.
Right.
This one's excessive, though.
This one
seems to be. Now, there is a subcategory of mukbanging where it is, eating mass quantities. And this seems to be that. So we'll do the mukbang, and then we'll do the elimination. So this is the 2-parter. I do like the you could even sketch it part.
Because who doesn't love an amateur sketch?
You'll be describing the smell, texture, amount. We'll weigh it. We'll even sketch it. Okay.
All right.
That is Lady Caca, the number 4 seed in the competition. All right, on to the number 29 seed. Now, this was a second chance ad.
Right.
This one is one that actually lost the first week that it was in competition, and we brought it back.
Playing round.
Yeah, because we thought it kind of deserved another shot, and now it's on to round number 2. Lern coming at you.
Are you my hairy hero? Woman for man, 57 years old, Montreal. Looking for a hairy man to come over so I can shave you and then put your body hair on my face and body. I'm a very bald person. I'm in my late 50s, and sometimes I get self-conscious about the baldness and how blinding my white skin can be. I'm looking for a big, hairy man to come over so I may shave your entire body and then paste your hair all over my face. You must be big, and you must be very hairy. Please stop shaving now. I don't mind if your body hair is salt and pepper, but please make sure there's plenty of it. I'm going to shave your nethers down and then take your curly cues and stick them all over my face and my chest. Pretty soon, I'll look like you once did. This would give me a great thrill and help me feel less alone in this pale, hairless existence that I found myself in. Fear not. I will have all the supplies to make this a smooth process. Please send a shirtless picture of yourself to this email if you're interested, and I will decide who is hairy enough for my liking. I'm thinking a Magnum PI era Tom Selleck hairy. And yes, I will be scraping off your pubes. This is a must.
All right, that is the number 29 seed, Body Hair Molina.
Like a real life, what's that, Willy Willy? The thing you used to buy with the magnets.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that thing?
That's awesome.
With the round face.
Yeah, it was just like a totally, completely alopecia bald person that you put all the little magnetic hair on.
Yeah, you can still get them in
real live
Branson.
version of this.
Yeah.
Wooly Willy.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Looking for a hairy man so I could shave you and then put your hair on my face and body. Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Any questions?
Well, scraping off
Many questions, yes.
the Pueblos, man, that sounds not very kind.
Pueblos.
It says Wooly Willy.
Leave
and
them
his,
out of it.
Wooly Willy and his magnetic personality.
Wooly Willy.
Change?
There were a couple different versions of Wooly
Yeah.
Willy.
This was the original one, and then it goes to these with the kind of the big red nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the happier.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. There's Body Hair Molina.
Mm-hmm.
The number 29 seed. Round number 2 rolls on with our third ad of the week. Here is the number 12 seed.
Tongue bath, man for woman, 31 years old, Vancouver. I'm ready to lick you from bottom to top. I'll start with your heels and run my wet tongue up the bottom of your foot. Slide it in between each and every one of your toes. Please have on new white socks when you arrive. I love the little lint balls that I might find. From there, I'll go over the tops of your feet and then run my tongue around your ankles. I will be licking clockwise around and then up your legs. I'll lick each leg individually and work my way up to your promised land. I won't spend too much time there. Not my favorite place to be after a couple of bad experiences. Wink, wink. I'll continue my journey up around your waist and then up to your chest. I will take my time up there. Your neck is next, followed by your face. I'm going to lick the hell out of your face. I can't wait. I'll end at your forehead. I should be totally satisfied at this point. Thank you for playing. Please, no scented soaps for at least 3 days beforehand. Ben.
Well, thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
That is Licky Glazer.
Anybody else like? I'm not trying to say this, but
Answer
if you're
this
gonna,
ad.
if you're gonna, are you serious? Like, why go from the bottom to the top?
So you want to
from
go
the
do you think
forehead
top,
to the
bottom?
Yeah, so it's
just
cleaner.
for cleanly reasons.
We'll get the bottom out of the way, and then we'll work our way to the promised land,
All
I guess.
right.
I don't know.
Started at the bottom, now I'm here. It's
Right.
just they're a Drake fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. The little lint balls. I mean, that is just. Can you imagine somebody putting their wet tongue in between each toe?
Please.
Have you ever had somebody suck your toe? Let's get real.
You want to get real?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
get
I
this.
have.
All right. Thanks for your
And I
honesty.
hated it.
Yeah. Same.
It's
You
disgusting.
should get my toe out of your mouth.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I'm not about that.
Toes are dry.
I'm glad you didn't like
Toes
it.
are,
And,
toes are gross.
and he didn't want to tip the
We know
massage
how he is about
therapist.
moisture. If the toe's not perfectly moisturized, he is not going to like it.
Yes, it's a moisture issue for me.
Okay.
No, it's gross. It's
Toes
disgusting.
are dry.
And sometimes hairy. Hairy man toe. No thanks.
Yeah, I have a dog that'll come up and if your toes are out, she'll come and lick your toes.
Yeah, my cats will sometimes, if my feet are out, they'll be like, "La, la, la," and they'll lick my big toe. I'm like, get out of here, Clover.
Ugh.
You perv.
Makes my toes curl even.
I know.
Ah.
Well, a cat tongue's a different
Yummy.
thing, too.
Like sandpaper.
Yeah. That's dry on dry.
Ugh.
Start a fire like that.
I don't like anybody licking me. Oh, the whole thing is just stomach churning.
Have you ever put a toe in your mouth?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I have not.
Yes, I have.
Was it?
did
Wait,
not
did
like
you
it.
suck your own toe? Is that what we're finding out right now? Didn't care for it.
I was once very flexible.
Didn't care for it.
Heard about Marilyn Manson.
I wonder if I could put my toe in my mouth now if I tried.
I could do it.
My brother used to bite his toenails, and I always thought that was just the grossest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
He's 6'4", and he has.
Damn.
My brother would just like
giraffe
curl
neck?
his big long leg up as a kid and like be biting his toenails
Ow.
like people bite their
my
fingernails, and I'm like,
goodness,
bro,
my goodness, my
that's
goodness.
disgusting.
Nah. All right, that's a Licky Glazer ad number 3. And on to our 4th and final ad of round number 2. The number 5 seed. Lern coming at you.
Cake farts.
Nope. here we
Man
go.
for a
Forgot
woman,
about this one.
28 years old, Seoul, South Korea. Hey, what's your favorite cake topping? Hee hee. I'll tell you mine. Big ripping farts. I want a playful pooter to spend the evening with me, giving me my favorite sweet treat. Chainsaw farts on a moist, spongy cake. I will have many types of cakes ready to receive your essence. Want a cool sensation? Get naked from the waist down, spread your cheeks, and plop down on an ice cream cake. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Tee-hee. I literally can't get enough. Watching that icing bubble with the shockwave of your flatulence sends shivers down my spine and makes the hairs on my body and other things stand on end. I will Joe while I watch you unload a long, loud, stinky one right on top like a cherry just for me. After you beef all over my little handheld treat, I will then gobble it up while it's fresh
Nom, nom, nom,
and
nom.
get the fart into my belly. Once I hit the finish line, you can do whatever you want to me. Cover me in cake and icing, turn me inside out, whatever. I would like to videotape all of our play if you're cool with it. I won't show your face, only that noisy little ass. P.S. I don't expect you to do all of the work. I will prepare a meal that will make you very gassy so you can bake me up some fresh air biscuits, cauliflower, cabbage, beans, onions, chocolate milk, anything else you request that will stir up your insides. American living in Seoul, hoping to find another American out there.
All right, there is your number 5 seed. That's Pooter McGavin.
I never really
Cake farts ad.
You read that ad. It makes me laugh every time. You could read it every day, and I'll laugh every day. I never picked up on the patriotism in it until this read through.
Right. America.
I'm an American looking for another American. They're looking for another American. They want an American ass. They want an American fart in their belly.
Okay, so get naked from the waist down, spread those cheeks, and plop down on an ice cream cake. I scream, you scream, you all scream for ice cream.
Tee-hee. Tee-hee.
Tee-hee.
I just imagine this person darting around the room and being like hiding behind furniture and popping and be like,
Well, just the fact that this person wants to get your fart into his belly is also.
They want a cupcake.
It's a little too much Inception for one.
Okay. Well, there you go. There are the 4 ads. You got ad number 1, Lady Kaka.
Lady Kaka is a mukbanger that's looking for basically a co-host for a full-on show, but it's not just about excessive eating. It's also about excessive everything
elimination
afterwards. Yes.
And then the description of it.
Looking for a co-host, though.
Okay. Body Hair Melina.
Body Hair Melina just wants you to come over. This is a woman looking for a man, and she wants to shave all of you. She wants to shave you down to bald.
Yeah, shave you down and then glue your hair onto her.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She wants your hair so she can wear it.
So that's a very big element of that story.
Yes, but you need to be Tom Selleck hairy, specifically.
Magnum PI era Tom Selleck.
Yes,
Playgirl era Tom Selleck.
Sizzle chest. Then you got Licky Glazer.
Oh, Licky Glazer wants to lick you from bottom to top, especially with the feet. Make sure you wear fresh socks because he likes the little lint balls that he might find.
And then you just heard
in his
from
mouth.
Pooter McGavin. All right. You got to endorse 1, 2 of these ads and move on, all based on your votes via Twitter at RIZZ Show. All right, Lern?
Yeah.
Who's it going to be? Who gets your vote?
Gosh, there's so many. I'm going Pooter McGavin today. Pooter McGavin, I don't like it.
You don't like the cake farts, all right.
I don't like that they're eating the cake. It's one thing to fart on a cake, whatever.
It's another thing to want your fresh fart in your belly.
Yeah, that did it for me.
Okay. Rafe.
I concur.
Really?
Yeah.
I concur. Pooter McGavin. Yeah. Every time. For me. There's so much happening. It's all gross. Not to yuck your yum, but
Not for you.
it's just hysterically funny to me.
It's funny, yes, but are we going for comedy or are we going for freak?
It's freakishly funny. It's so freaky it's funny. Because this person wants to literally contain a fart inside of their belly.
Justin said cake farts isn't the hero we want, but the hero we need.
I agree. I agree.
Scott?
Man, it's tough. It's kind of a tie between Licky, Pooter, and Lady Kaka. I think I'm going to go Lady Kaka.
Okay.
Actually.
Lady Kaka.
Yeah.
All right, the mukbanger who wants to do the part 2.
Yeah, that's just weird. She wants you to come in there and watch it, describe the smell, the textured, so you could feel it to see what it is and the amount.
You know what's wild?
Never mind here. Never mind if I just set my easel up.
If it weren't such an enterprise, that would be the winner for me. But because this is somebody that's making a ton of money. Somebody's probably looking to make a ton of money with this and is looking for a co-host so they can do things while you're describing it because some of it can't be shown. Huh. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like maybe it's not even their thing. It's just what they know that they're willing to do for money.
Well, who are you voting for?
Honestly, it takes mukbang the Lady Kaka out of it, and I think Lern made a great argument for Pooter McGavin. It's the stomach. It's the farter. It's the farter.
It's the farter.
It's the farter.
It's the farter.
All right, Moon's going for cake farts. This is why we do this, guys.
Yeah,
this is so hard. These are all worthy of being in the second round.
Yes.
Body Hair Melina, please come on. Why would you like to glue your hair? Why would you like on your face, like my hair on your
Why
face.
my pubes
Why
on
am
your face?
Why am I putting my pubes that you've shaven on your face and gluing them on?
It is a cool look.
What is
Right.
going on
So
there?
strange. Competitor for sure.
My heart tells me body hair Melina, and that's who I'm going with.
Wow.
I go with
Okay.
once we get this far into the competition, my heart tells me who to vote for. And it's body
Do it
hair
up.
Melina. It may not win, but it is freaky to me to even think that somebody would have that mindset of, hey, I'm looking for somebody to come over so I could shave you down and then put your salt and peppers on my face.
And then what do you do after that? Right?
I mean, what are we doing? Are we going out after?
Yeah, you got to be
Movie?
big. You got to be big.
We go to a movie. Oh, hey,
Bring a
Sheila.
sweater.
I have something different about you.
Use this payphone real quick.
And by the way, it's a woman looking for a guy.
Right.
Yeah, that is wild.
And also to put your chest hair on her chest hair, it's also, man, it's so odd.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Also, I'm very curious about the adhesive, right?
What are we
What is
using?
it? A glue
It's
stick?
Elmer's.
Elmer's.
Oh, I think probably a glue
the
stick.
purple glue stick.
Yeah.
That just
They got a special epoxy.
Like the stuff in the can.
It's like toupee epoxy, yeah.
Like in the metal.
Mod Podge. What is it?
Yeah, yeah,
Mod Podge, yeah.
Airplane glue or whatever.
You don't want to get like Gorilla Glue. That's too sticky. All right, vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show, and we'll have the winner tomorrow morning. Actually, two winners, two ads moving on to the quarterfinals of the Freak of the Year playoffs. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Hopefully, we'll have our two guests on the phone. Guest number one, Brianna Coppage, who is the OnlyFans teacher. And then we'll have the teacher from Olathe, Stephen Taylor, who was recently fired for talking about crop dusting his kids on TikTok. What a world, guys. This is today's show.
Sure is.
Well, and here, somebody wrote, Mark on Instant Feedback says, you guys would run this segment when teachers are needing to work. I'll catch the podcast. This is just when everybody's available. I'm sorry. I listen.
Hey.
Sorry.
Take a smoke break.
Sorry, Mark. I can't schedule with everything around your schedule.
Play a video.
Yeah, just be time blind.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Wheel out the TV like it's 91 again and show Wayne's World or something cool. The kids will love it.
The kids will love it. Oh, I do have the story about the teacher that did that let their kids pick what to watch. And
Yeah, with the
the Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk about that.
With the
Okay.
killer Winnie the Pooh one?
I'll talk about that before.
No.
I read
before
that story
crap on.
this morning too.
Welcome back to the program. Joining us on the celebrity hotlines. Yes, I said it.
Yeah.
Celebrity hotlines. We have two former teachers on the phone. We have Brianna Coppage, a.k.a. Brooklyn Love, a.k.a. the
That
OnlyFans teacher.
Yeah.
Good morning, Brianna.
Good morning.
And on the other line, we have a teacher from, is it Kansas you taught in, Stephen?
It is.
All right, from Olathe, Kansas. Now, he was let go because he talked about crop dusting his students on TikTok.
Steven's that other teacher. Yeah.
Stephen Taylor on the phone, that other teacher.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, dude, hey, thanks to both of you. And we have so many questions. Two former educators on the phone. And I asked this question to both of you. Didn't think we'd be talking, huh, in November about being former teachers, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea that this would be the case right now. It's been life-changing and just a whirlwind.
I can imagine. I'll start with you, Stephen. So you're a stand-up comedian, and you know Rafe.
What's up, Steven?
What's up, Rafe? Good to see you. Yeah, that is true.
So you've been a stand-up comedian for 8 years, a teacher for 6 years, and so you got a TikTok account, and just take us through what you put on your TikTok and what the administration at the school said to you.
Well, I mean, you know how it is. You do a TikTok, when you're doing comedy, you got to do social media. Rafe knows the deal, so I was trying to just put out some videos, and I put out one. My classroom had good lighting, so I made a video after hours and posted it, and it hit like 500,000 views the first day. And so the next day I made another one, and that one hit about 500,000 views, and my district called me and was like, hey, what the heck is this? And I was like, just making videos. And they were like, take them down. And I said no. And then they put me on paid leave and had me come into a meeting and then asked me how many times I had farted on a kid.
What did you answer to that?
Yeah, what was that answer?
Well, I had to lie to him and say no, and I couldn't tell him the truth.
Well, I mean, so what you said,
I'm just
what you said in your TikTok was, I crop dust them all the time. I save up big, milky, lactose intolerant farts,
God.
and I drop bombs silently because I'm an adult and I know my body. And then I just let it stew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because comedy is specificity, Stephen. We know the deal. And also, like 500,000 views.
God
If
bless.
people know how hard that is to do on TikTok, no way you're taking those down, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, did you make anything from TikTok with that?
Yeah, I don't want to. I care about the followers. I want people to come see me on tour. So it's just been. I've grown. When I started posting videos, I had 1,000 followers, and now I'm getting close to 20.
Nice.
Dang.
So
Right.
That's awesome.
And you were fired. And were you fired this week?
no, I was fired. It's September 7th. Now y'all got me up early in the morning. I'm not used to this anymore. I've been living unemployed life for a month.
Sorry about
Now, Brianna, you were in the news this week because you officially resigned as a teacher over at St. Clair High School. Now, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
How did people find out you had this OnlyFans account?
Yeah, so I don't know officially, but I have some good ideas. So my husband and I appeared in a video with some other St. Louis creators. Erica Swings on Twitter and Telgro Alley. They have a huge following in Missouri and all around the country. So I was told that adults in my hometown found the videos of my husband and I, and they were sending it amongst themselves. And then it kind of spread like wildfire between like adults in my community. And then an adult reported it to St. Clair.
So when you filmed this video, was in the back of your mind like, hey, I'm a teacher. If this does get out, I could be in trouble?
I mean, that was always a worry. But I didn't show my face. I only showed my face behind a paywall. So obviously, like maybe there's a little bit more protection, but I knew that eventually something might come of it.
So how long have you been on OnlyFans, and how long were you a teacher?
Yeah, so I've been a teacher for 5 years, and then I've only been on OnlyFans for like 5 months.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, it's like a summertime thing. So like you started this summer,
right?
Now, when you became a teacher, do you recall signing any kind of morals clause or any kind of thing that says there are restrictions on what you could do online?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that question because that's what a lot of people have this like misconception that I signed some sort of clause. So in the handbook, I reviewed it. There were like 14 things that we shouldn't do, and none of it said anything like this. The only thing that might be an issue was that I should like conduct myself in a way that represents the school well. So
that is a wide berth there.
Right. Stephen had the same experience, I think, right? Stephen, didn't you say?
Yeah, sorry. I actually didn't even sign that document. It was just like a policy. Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen, what about you? Do you recall anything in the handbook, or you happen to sign any, paperwork when you became an educator?
Perhaps a flatulence clause?
Yeah, yes. Flatulence clause. No farting on students.
I've gone back and checked, and there's nothing about farting in the handbook. But I have the exact same thing where they said, you just need to maintain. It's a social media policy. Who's ever read the instruction manual for your job? I just saw it, and it's be professional in all forms of communication across the board. Basically, what they would say is if you wouldn't send it in an email, then you shouldn't put it out online.
Interesting.
Yet everybody that is involved here farts. Can we just get that across
Which
the board?
is hard
And
to
has
send out
sex?
an email.
Brianna, have you ever farted on a student before?
Yeah.
Let's just get that out of the
Let's
way.
just get this out of the way.
No, I actually have never done that.
Okay, well, good.
And listen, Steven, we just went through a Freak of the Week, and it was a farter, and I think that farter's probably making money. So are you now on OnlyFans as well?
You know, I'm so mad that I wanted to start an OnlyFans, and I was just going to, I'm not a very sexual person. I was just going to give interesting historical facts, and then I wanted to get fired for having an OnlyFans. Because Brianna's right. You know, you live in fear that you're going to get fired for anything, whether it's OnlyFans or making jokes about TikTok, farting on TikTok. You know, you just kind of live in fear that, oh, somebody's going to see this and perceive it the wrong way. And I really thought it would be funny to get fired for having a TikTok, and then somebody would open the article and it would be my face. But we haven't gotten there. I think that's the future.
Well, all the reports, Brianna, are saying that you're making, X amount of dollars and this thousands a week and in a month. And let me just read you some stats here. The average monthly earner for creators on OnlyFans, the average is $180 a month.
Oh my gosh.
Some top OnlyFans earners get around $100,000 per year or more. However, those are rare cases, and they say the vast majority of OnlyFans creators make $0 to $5,000 a month, and there are only around 100 to 150 creators making over $1 million a year.
Well, I know, Brianna, you're now in like the top 1% of all OnlyFans earners, correct?
Top 0%.
Top 0%.
Dang.
Damn. Okay, so
things are going well.
Things are going okay.
Yeah.
And I understood why you want to, resign and then pursue other things. I get what the other things are. Okay,
Right.
so you did this video with these other people.
The other creators.
And when did that happen?
That was this summer, I think August.
And you didn't have an OnlyFans account at that point, or is that when you started it?
No, yeah, I did. I had an OnlyFans account. I started it like early summer, so I had one for about 2 or 3 months at that point.
Okay.
I'm asking for a friend, Brianna, but how does one get hooked up with the St. Louis Swingers Club, just out of curiosity?
Yeah. Actually, there's an amazing group. I think I can shout them out. I hope I can, but it's exclusive. Like, you have to be approved to get in, but
Hot or not?
Hotornot.com.
I'm seeing some barriers to entry.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my most important question that I had in this was, may I borrow some
stop
money?
it, Moon.
Yeah, I think that's a good question.
Stop begging.
Our weekend.
Okay, so you got this OnlyFans account. It's August. School's starting. Are you active on the OnlyFans account? Are you updating it weekly, daily? What's the story? And teaching at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, that was really tough. Like, things obviously slowed down for me once I went back to the classroom because that wasn't my main job. Like, I would post like every other day maybe or something, and just send out things when I could fit it in.
Right.
Did you start this OnlyFans account because you wanted to supplement your income, or did you do it because you just, are into that and it's fun?
I would say it's probably been like 60-40, like supplement my income 60%, 40% because it's fun.
So so the 60% though, did you start it because you thought, okay, maybe this could be a new revenue stream for me?
Or were you in the lifestyle already?
So no, I wasn't in the lifestyle already. It had been a discussion between like my husband and I, just briefly, like here and there. It wasn't really out of the question, but yeah, I definitely started it because it would, supplement my income and just like the extra money to help pay bills.
All right,
really.
take me through the day that you were kind of outed. Like, was it the St. Louis Post-Dispatch that put the story out first?
It was the E-Missourian in Washington.
So the E-Missourian broke the story.
Yes, I believe so.
And tell me about that day.
Yeah, so, it was a normal day, completely normal. I went through all of my classes, and then at the very end of the day, after, like, the last class was over, administration came in.
End of the day.
Yes. At the end of the day, I'd been with
work
students
all day.
Yeah. They just came in and sat down and said that they needed to have a sensitive conversation with me.
Did you know? Did you know right away what this is about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I had expected it just because I had been hearing rumors that, adults had seen my videos. And so I was like, okay, well, and at this time period, I'd actually considered coming forward myself just because I knew that it was coming. And then there was like some details with that, like I had heard rumors and then I got sick and so I was gone for a couple of days and then I was only back like one day before they came in and talked to me. But, they sat down, said they need to have a sensitive conversation. They said they had been getting reports from different adults.
But this is what you want. You wanted adults to find your page because you wanted to make money off your page. But now, for you, was it like a Clark Kent thing? So you got your glasses off during your OnlyFans thing, and as a teacher, nobody's going to know because I got glasses on.
I didn't really post my glasses, very much on OnlyFans. I wear my glasses because it helps me see. It's not just something
it's not a Clark Kent Superman thing. Okay. My secret identity.
Right. But, essentially they just said that they were going to put me on leave while they did an investigation and that I could, take my personal belongings. And that night, my husband and I were at dinner, and there is a group on Facebook called St. Clair Talk, Unrestricted, and it's like a private community group. Well, someone posted in there anonymously, so are we not going to talk about the teacher that got fired today for doing OnlyFans? And then they posted my OnlyFans link, and that's in a group with teachers and students and community members, and I have no idea who that person was. I assume it was someone from the school because I don't know who else would have known. And so after that, things kind of just exploded. And then I was getting calls from newspapers and everywhere saying that they were getting tips, and it was crazy.
Yeah, because there was, and when we talked about the story first when it broke, there were people saying, she put it out herself because she just wanted to get more subscribers.
Absolutely not. Nope. They, St. Clair had even told me that they got a report from someone in the Sullivan School District, but they did not tell me the name.
What has been obviously, the part of the story that's amazing is you are set. You have a ton of subscribers now. You've gone national, you've gone worldwide, and that obviously is going to change your life financially. But nobody, I haven't seen any, everything I've read about this, nobody's asked you how you feel about the downfall. You're a teacher. I love teachers, and I know teachers love their students. You had to walk away from something that you put years of your life into to get a degree to be able to educate. How are you going to miss teaching? Are you going to miss yes, Riz. Are you going to miss the students? Because that's where my heart kind of broke for you. You seem like a great person. Okay, you got an OnlyFans. But you were a teacher, and teachers care about their students. How do you feel?
Yeah, I definitely went through a mourning period, maybe 2 or 3 days of after I submitted my resignation. I was definitely sad, and I was just thinking last night, oh my gosh, I'm never going to teach Shakespeare again. Right before I left, we were reading A Midsummer Night's Dream, and the kids were loving it. So it's definitely sad. I've just had moments where I do miss them, and I had great connections and great relationships with students. So it's tough too. Tough to imagine not going back.
Can you understand why parents are upset about you having an OnlyFans account?
I would say yes. I know there's been 90% positivity and 10% parents are upset. I've had a lot of actual parents from the district messaging me saying that they support me and that they don't think I did anything wrong. Good. But I do, in a way, I guess I get it, but I went to school and I did my job, and I did my job well. I never had a bad evaluation. I taught what I was supposed to be teaching. I never did anything inappropriate or insinuated that I had this online presence in any way.
Right,
So
you weren't handing out OnlyFans business cards to your students.
All my kids get a 10% discount.
Put in code Midsummer Night's Dream to get 10% off your first 3-month subscription.
I'm curious. I have like a slightly different question for each of you, Stephen and Brianna, because I feel they're two different scenarios. But like Brianna, for you, like how did this? You said you just started it 5 months ago. You discussed it with your husband. Like, what was the plan? Was the plan to do this for supplemental income for a year and then cut it off, or see where it goes? You said you kind of expected something like this. So, was there a discussion of here's the plan with what we're going to do if this goes really well?
Yeah, honestly, there wasn't really a plan. It was just let's try it out and like have some fun and like make connections and have some extra money. But I mean, I guess someday we knew that it might come out, but we didn't. I certainly did not expect it to happen now, and I wasn't planning for it to happen either. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's fast. 5 months is pretty quick. And for you, Stephen, I know a lot of people that are creatives that do creative things, and they lose their quote unquote, we'll say standard job or regular job or something, and it kind of forces them to go after that creative endeavor. Is this a time where you're going, you know what, I'm going full comedy here, and I'm going to try to maximize this, and maybe this is my chance, a blessing in disguise, if you will. Are you thinking that, or what are you thinking, Stephen?
Oh, yeah. I was debating about resigning at the end of last year just because I've been so busy trying to do comedy and teach at the same time for the past, 6 years that I was getting exhausted. And then I came back for this year, and it only took a week of posting on TikTok to get put on leave. And so I've been... Yeah, I mean, this is my job now. I do comedy. Brianna, you sound like you're very successful. If you'd like to go on a comedy tour or invite all of your subscribers to come see the teacher shortage tour, I will be around. I've got 30 dates between now and January, so it is full-fledged comedy nonstop. Wow. I'm going to Cincinnati tomorrow. So.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome,
and believe me, I want to land this plane at some point today where... Are we going to get the collab the world needs? Are we going to get the crop dusting teacher into STL swap on the OnlyFans page and get the justice this state deserves?
The teacher collab.
The ultimate collab. I don't know. Stephen is he is a tender lover. I can vouch for that. He will service the needs, and also he's happy to just hang out. He could be the pizza delivery guy in some sort of scenario.
Farting in
just
a corner.
give him a walk-on role, like something. Let's get
pizza
this
comedy
tour kicked off for Stephen. And that, to backtrack a little bit, just a little bit, Stephen, on something that Brianna talked about, because I do think Lern asked a good question, and with you too. Like, do you feel like, because you did a lot for this school, man. Like, you were a good teacher, right? Like, you built a studio for these kids at an alternative school for them to learn how to produce music and things like that. Like, you invested time. It's not like you were phoning it in.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I enjoyed teaching. It is kind of that Clark Kent thing where, when I'm at school, I'm in school mode. I'm going to do my job. The kids need me. I enjoy working with them and trying to be creative and figure stuff out. It was a good break from comedy, and it also was good fodder for material. So I really put my all into the school when I was there, and tried to make myself as valuable as possible, because I knew that one day they would see my stand-up and be like, "Oh, I don't know about this guy."
Were they just upset about you talking about your students? Was that really the crux of it?
Or was it the filming inside the school?
I think the filming inside the school was the technicality that got them to have the conversation with me. But once you ask a grown man how many times he's farted on a kid, it's like you're taking these jokes very seriously. Mm. And if I can't make this joke, that was kind of the thing moving forward, is I just knew if this isn't going to work now, then you're going to hate what I do in the future. So it seemed like a good time to depart after this.
Hey, Brianna, are there any names on your subscribers list that you're kind of like, interesting that this person is subscribing?
Yeah, like parents of people.
I was saying, like one of those former
taught.
bosses that was going to do an investigation or is still investigating.
Right.
So, I mean, you can be anonymous on there. I do know that you have to, I mean, OnlyFans says that you have to be 18 to join, and then they somehow verify that. I'm not sure how, but you can put an anonymous name as your profile name, so sometimes I don't know who it is.
Yeah. Aren't you upset? Because the minute this story dropped, Brianna, I immediately went to the people, the people with the pitchforks that had the OnlyFans accounts who saw you. Nobody's talking about those people who are already subscribed who, quote unquote, outed you. Nobody's outraged with that. I mean, that to me, why are we not looking at that? If we're outraged about content creators on OnlyFans, what about the voyeurs who are actually subscribing, who possibly could have been parents to the kids that you taught?
Yeah. So, I mean, it is frustrating. Like, I've heard rumors that it was like a teacher from Sullivan who called St. Clair's school, like, and maybe that person, is just someone who didn't think that it was appropriate for me to be doing.
Or an uggo.
I mean, I don't know what their intent was, if it was malicious, if it was just to inform the school. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, and here's a question. Let's say, students did find out and administration didn't care. Do you think you could still do what you're doing on OnlyFans and teach high school without it being a distraction for kids?
Not.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think it's appropriate at all. Now that students are aware, yeah. I definitely could not do that. And that's really why it was just the best choice to resign. I knew that nothing would be the same if I went back, and it just wouldn't be appropriate, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you taught high school.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it would be quite speaking as a former teenager in high school.
Yes.
It would be a distraction knowing that what my teacher was doing.
Speaking as a former 18-year-old.
Yeah, as a former 18-year-old with weird hormones coursing through his body, knowing what your teacher's doing on her spare time.
Yeah.
Brianna, what about, and we're prying here, so you can say, buzz off, but what about your husband? Did he have any, he essentially was outed in this as well. I don't know what he does. No, honestly, nobody's talking about your husband in any of the headlines I've seen. They're mainly focusing in on you. Do you wish to share, is he okay with his employment, or is he quitting his job? What's up?
I should have asked him this question before I went on here. So he was told that he, they didn't feel comfortable with him working on power lines because they don't believe his mindset would be focused on maintaining.
What? Hang on. Wait a minute.
What?
Can I just say this? Your husband is the most focused man in Missouri.
Yeah, this guy's
he's
working
getting
around
laid
lightning.
left and right. He's having the best sex of his entire life. When he's at work, he's probably focused solely on work more than anything else.
I'd imagine if you're working around lightning.
Who's that guy up there humping the transformers?
There are a few distractions up there.
Oh, I know who it is.
That's Brianna's
We
husband.
can't have you up there on these high voltage lines just giving them the dong left and right.
Lane wire.
Yeah. So
so messed
that's something we did not expect. So we're navigating that now.
Okay, all right.
I'll
Thank
tell you
for that
what,
answer.
I'd have an IBEW union rep on that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Man.
The most focused man in Missouri.
Well, listen, I hope you guys are making enough money where neither of you have to really do that anymore.
Yeah. Right.
And you can just focus on
whatever you want.
Yeah. And we wish you both well. You're, Stephen, you're not welcome in the studio because Riz has an absolute no farting policy.
You cannot fart in the studio. That is like rule number one.
I crop dust him every day. He has no idea. He's lost his sense of smell.
Well,
I'll keep doing remote work for y'all.
All right, sounds good.
Well, you're fired. Hey, one more question, Brianna, for you. So before you got before your OnlyFans page got discovered, what was the content? What was on there? It was the swinger stuff. How many things were on there?
Yeah. I tried to have a decent variety. I don't know what exactly I can say on the air.
That's true.
Well, as a subscriber, I can tell you.
Rafe is a subscriber.
And I got in at the $20 rate because I'm not a cheapo.
Yeah, there you
okay,
go.
I came in at $20, and it seems like, and I'm not super familiar with OnlyFans. I did this as I'm supporting you,
Thank you.
both financially and emotionally, and it seems like there's the subscribership and then extra money to be made on like full videos being like privately messaged, which seems like it's a little more discreet than just you subscribe and you see everything. Would you say that as accurate?
Yeah, so I mainly set it up like that. Well, it's been like that for a bit. But I have found that there are people who have subscribed to my OnlyFans page who are like, their sole mission is to copy my videos and then post them online as leaks. So in a way, I'm glad that I set it up as you have to pay extra money to see full videos because those people are stealing them essentially off of my page.
Well, we're trying to get an OnlyFans for our show cleared for our feet.
Oh, yeah.
We just want to do a
to
feet.
St.
We
Louis.
just want to do a feet page.
We have beautiful feet.
The
Do you have any
company's
tips?
not thrilled.
Company is not thrilled.
Exceptional feet.
So we kind of know exactly what you're going through.
Yeah.
clearly.
Same thing. Yeah,
Right.
we have a. Hey, Brianna? What's the long-term plan here?
I'm just gonna kind of lean into my online presence and pursue it, and we'll kind of just see where it takes me. I did have like some mainstream companies reach out to me. I'm not sure if I'm going that direction or not, but I thought that was fun. So,
What do you mean mainstream companies?
like mainstream video companies.
Okay.
Like.
Porno production company.
Production
I
companies.
literally was like, Adidas? I didn't know.
Nike is now sponsoring Brianna.
SpaceX?
Hollywood side or Valley side?
And Stephen, can you speak of this? Because in the case of both you, it's become a thing of, well, teachers don't get paid enough, so they are now resorting to putting out TikToks, talking about farting on kids, and doing OnlyFans. Can you speak to that, Stephen?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we're all trying to do the same thing, which is just make a little bit more money, have a little bit more fun. So you post on social media because that's what we're all doing. It was, for me, comedy has always been the goal. When I've interviewed at jobs, they said, where do you want to be in 5 years? And I've said, I want to be on the road. I made it very clear I don't want to be here doing this. I want to be doing comedy. So I at least tried to be upfront with every job that I had and tell them, hey, you'll get the best me while I'm here. But when I'm outside of here, I'm going to be saying insane stuff into a microphone.
Yeah.
Can I ask how much you were making?
Oh, like negative 10,000 a year. Oh, you're talking about with teaching?
Yeah, with teaching.
45,000 a year.
Yeah, dude, and this is nothing new. And for both of you, I would just be thankful that you're living in the time that you have these types of opportunities, TikTok, OnlyFans, all that kind of stuff. Because my mother, she worked at Popcorn Palace in Crestwood Plaza to supplement her teacher income. So
and there were no websites to stream it.
No, I'm telling you, man. Had my mother had these sort of options around when she was 60, 65, working at Popcorn Palace.
You can crap dust everybody in a popcorn
Man,
store.
Nobody's going to know.
And popcorn
I
bars
had
of
a
the
different
world.
childhood, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I appreciate both of you taking the time to chat with us. Anybody have any more questions?
Well,
No, it's fascinating. Both instances are completely fascinating. I love teachers. They need to be paid more, and I think what a beautiful silver lining of both of these situations is that people are talking about that more now.
What? How much teachers make?
Absolutely.
I think Missouri is the lowest as far as teacher salary
and the
goes
needed
in the country.
and the needed supplemental income. Like
Right.
every teacher, we are entrusting our children to these people to educate our children, and they have to have side hustles.
Yeah, the baseline of society.
We're making the basis of our education system on the shoulders of people that have to have side hustles
Right.
to live
And listen,
middle class
I've always
lives.
said this. I hate kids. I
Right.
hate other people. I like my own kids. I hate other people's
Yes.
kids. And God bless the people that want to educate them.
Teachers are amazing.
Because I ain't doing it.
the question I would have, and Stephen and I, we talked about this briefly when we chatted, just hanging out. I was like, what if we could move to that model of teaching, the OnlyFans model, where it's like, hey, if you're a good teacher, I'll pay you $5 a month. I'll subscribe for you to teach my kid world history. And you said something like that exists and is kind of started. Is that true?
Yeah, people have been asking me. I got like immediate requests to do this thing called a micro school, which apparently is for dishonorably discharged teachers who people still like to teach their kids. Basically put their content up and do like online homeschooling. So, yeah.
What's that called again?
Bring in as an English teacher. Micro schools.
Is that a category on OnlyFans?
Yeah, that's my OnlyFans name.
You guys teach English, comedy, world history, sex ed. Bam. You're getting that's 4 hours. That's 4 periods. That's half a day.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Steven, you want to plug whatever you got going on?
Yeah, you can follow me on social media at formerly Fat Steven, STECHEN. That's on all of them. That's my website. And I've got a teacher shortage tour. Teacher shortage tour. So I'll be around.
Well, when you roll through St. Louis, make sure you roll into the studio. No farts, please. You can fart in the hallway.
I'll see what I can do. I'll keep it easy today.
What about you, Brianna? What are we plugging?
Yeah, Twitter, OnlyFans is just Brooklyn Love, XXX, Brooklyn with an I.
Well, listen, I appreciate you guys taking the time, chat with us for a half hour. Good luck on all your endeavors, and we'll talk to you both soon.
Look forward to the collab.
Yep.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. Goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
There
Thanks,
you go.
man.
There are the teachers. There they are.
Fascinating, man.
It is fascinating stuff.
We are youth of a nation.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
I think we learned a lot.
I hope so.
Boy.
Miss you, Bev and Bob. Couple events to tell you about. See Lern tonight at the Cybergs in Arnold with Andrew Marsh.
Yes, and listen, the Chiefs are playing. It's sponsored by Bud Light. You don't have to drink it if you don't want to, but you should. I need you to come out in Arnold 6 to 8 tonight. I have my picks done. I need opinions. I need people to say, ooh, this was a good game. I mean, obviously not for tonight's game, but for Sunday.
I mean, I'm assuming tonight everybody's Chiefs, right?
Yes. Broncos versus Chiefs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so see Lern tonight, Cybergs, Arnold. She'll be out there starting at 6 o'clock with Andrew Marsh from the Fast Lane, just talking smack.
Hopefully we get along, but if I need to crawl across that table and take him by his peacoat collar and go,
are you bringing
listen.
Tim with you?
No. I'm single. Hey. Single night.
Oh. Does Tim know how handsome Andrew Marsh is?
Yes. He works here. He knows. He was in love with him for a couple of years.
Have you seen Marsh's hair recently?
Gorgeous. See Moon Saturday starting at 10 a.m. and you could sign the Riz Show billboard at the Together Credit Union, also in Arnold.
That's right, in Arnold.
Arnold, we're coming at you.
Starting at 10 a.m. To noon. Check out all that TCU can do for you, especially with that Earn and Learn savings. Bring the kids. Talk about some things that you can do for your kids with Together Credit Union. We're going to have the billboard and these incredible Halloween the Hallow Weirdo stickers out there, which are awesome. These are the new ones.
They look great.
These are collectibles, by the way. They are limited. Every single year it goes by, and sometime around November or December, somebody's like, do you have any more of the special edition ones? And the answer is usually no, because people want these. They go after them. They collect these. I have one right behind me on the camera right now.
They're $1.
They're $1. So you go to any Together Credit Union, and they will have the Hallow Weirdo stickers. Drop $10 because the money goes to the Song Society.
And those chicks will be out there probably with you. They were out there last weekend at Together Credit Union, and they're so cool. Jamie and Tracy, and they're just wanting to help music therapy for kids.
Also, you sign the billboard. I believe we'll have the Jeff Burton bobbleheads, which I know people are trying to get their hands on.
Yeah.
All proceeds will benefit the Song Society.
Come on down. Together Credit Union in Arnold at 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah.
Where are you, Rafe? Anywhere?
Vices in Redbud. I have a show at, I believe, 8 o'clock. I'd have to look that up. But no, Friday night.
Oh, Friday.
The 13th.
Oh, Friday.
Tomorrow, Friday the 13th, I will be at Vices in Redbud. He's not doing online sales, but you can call Vices and reserve your tickets. Lern's putting that on the socials. She put it on there last night. So, yeah, come out to Redbud. It's a winery town. Have a good time and come see a comedy show.
Yeah, it's awesome. Scott?
Yep. Saturday, I'll be out at the best haunted house in all of Missouri, especially St. Louis, and that's the Cobb Factory. I'll be out there from 8 to 10 hanging out, giving out all kinds of goodies, and just getting spookalooka. So come on out and hang out.
Spookalooka.
That drive out to Old Monroe this time of year is spooky in itself. So it's like right when you get in the car.
In this cool little town. You drive over the train tracks
it's
and
cool.
You're there. It's spooky.
Spookalooka.
Spookalooka.
Yeah,
by
be
the
careful.
way, Lern, not to mention tonight is opening night for the Blues.
Oh, yes. I know this, and it is big. We're going to have a big year.
Swing away, boys.
Season's going to be great, and you know what? We're going to kick it off. We're going to be talking sports. I have all the stats.
All the sports with Lern at Cybergs tonight. That's right. Yeah, because the Blues are in Dallas tonight. For the season opener.
Dallas Stars, right?
Dallas
What am I
Stars.
talking?
Look at that. Hey, is this Sports Center?
Is Michelle Smallman here?
Hey,
quite impressive.
You know, we were just talking to a bunch of teachers, and those days in school when your teacher got lazy and played a movie were always the best, weren't they?
Yeah,
dude.
Yep. Definitely.
Always the best.
Especially when they played movies from their OnlyFans.
You know, it's so funny, too. I was just talking about, we were, again, my kids, the teenagers, they want to watch scary stuff, but I got to, show them something scary that's not going to be life-ruining. You know what I mean? Which is kind of a process. We go through it. And yesterday we came across, or 2 days ago, we came across When a Stranger Calls. Now, the original came out the 70s or the 80s, and I had a history teacher that told us the story. It was the greatest storyteller teacher ever. This guy was amazing. Loves history, made it fun. And one day he told us a whole story about his favorite movie from the 70s, When a Stranger Calls. He told us all the things about it, and it was so riveting. We felt like we were in the movie. And he said, I'll tell you what, if you guys all get, this kind of grade or whatever by this point, we'll watch that movie. And sure enough, we got to watch a horror flick.
Oh.
In school.
Wasn't it R-rated?
Well, I don't know, man. But this was like sophomore year, so we were old enough. It was fine.
All right, so teacher gets lazy. Today we're going to see a movie. So a math teacher in Florida got in trouble after screening a Winnie the Pooh movie for fourth graders. And no, not because Winnie the Pooh walks around with no pants on.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. That's Eeyore, right? Bother.
I think that's
Cutest.
No, that's Eeyore. Eeyore is full of sawdust.
No, you know what? Actually, Rafe might be right. I think Winnie the Pooh does say, oh, bother.
I believe so.
Oh, does he?
When a Stranger Calls, 1979, rated R.
See what I'm talking about?
What does Eeyore say?
He's just mopey and depressed.
I thought Eeyore was, oh, bother.
It says, who says, oh, bother in Winnie the Pooh?
Maybe they
It
both
is, wait.
Do they all say it to each other?
Here's
both
a
say it.
Maybe they're
supercut.
saying,
I know
oh,
that it's
brother.
Winnie because he always does it like real, oh, bother.
Okay, it's fine. It's Winnie the Pooh. Anyway, so the math teacher in Florida, fourth graders, Winnie the Pooh, but it wasn't Winnie the Pooh, the cartoon. It was Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the live-action horror movie
Nice.
that came out this year. It's unrated, and it is clearly not suitable for 9-year-olds. Pooh and Piglet are bloodthirsty murderers.
Bummer.
Bloodthirsty murderers.
For honey or what's up?
Well, what is the 100-acre woods, 1,000-acre woods? Where do they live?
100-acre wood.
Pooh Corner.
100-acre wood.
Wood.
Christopher Robin also says, oh, bother in the book.
Well, Pooh and Piglet are out for blood.
Dang.
And he says he asked the kids what they wanted to watch, and the fourth graders picked it. But when some of them asked him to turn it off, he didn't. And they ended up watching it for like 20 or 30 minutes.
Oh, no.
Again, 9-year-olds. Happened at a school in Miami called the Academy for Innovative Education. Maybe a little too innovative. It's a charter school that they decide who to hire and fire, and it sounds like the teacher's keeping his job.
Oh.
Some parents are angry, and they say their kids came home traumatized.
Those kids will remember that forever.
Oh, yeah.
My sister still doesn't
teacher.
let me live it down that I let her watch the first Saw when she was like, I don't know, 10. And we watched it together. And I was like a 20-year-old at this point. She's watching it, and I'm thinking this is no big deal, stupid doll. And she still is traumatized by that little thing.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Man, Eeyore's got some sayings, I'll tell you that. They're heavy.
Eeyores.
I guess I'll just go suck on my shotgun, too.
Eeyore, calm down.
Oh, my God.
Eeyore.
Yeah, that was episode 3. I got it right here.
That's what the Blood Savage Pooh is. No.
Right here, I wish I could say yes, but to hell with it. No, I'm just kidding. He says, but I can't. Most likely I'll lose again anyway. I was so upset.
Somebody get this guy some antidepressants.
It's all
Damn.
for naught. They made me catch the cold I caught.
Anyway.
He was the cutest.
It's all for naught.
Today is October the 12th. Back in the day, 45 years ago, 1978, Nancy Spungen, the girlfriend of former Sex Pistol Sid Vicious, found dead of abdominal knife wounds in their room at Chelsea Hotel in New York. Vicious, nearly unconscious due to his own drug use. Charged with murder, jailed, then released. He would die of a heroin overdose before his trial. 44 years ago, 1979, the NBA saw the debuts of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and the three-point line. 36 years ago, 1987, In Excess releases a very awesome record called Kick.
And it holds up, man.
Oh,
you
damn
can
right
put
it
it on
does.
today, and you'll still
Devil
love it.
Inside, New Sensation.
Suicide
Need
Blonde?
You Tonight.
Was that on that one?
I believe so.
I need you tonight.
In Excess is a band I got into in my later year. Like, I've just in the last 10 years really started to go down the In Excess hole, and man, it's great.
I just thought they were a T-shirt band.
Yeah,
Oh, man, they're good.
I have never heard an NXX song and known it was an NXX song.
What does it sound like?
You know what I'm saying?
Duran
You
Duran?
mixed it up with a different band of that time.
It's just one of those that always is playing, and I listen and I hear it and I know it, but I couldn't tell you who it was.
I'm not
going
gonna
at the time.
I can't play it because we're gonna be demonetized again on YouTube.
Okay.
And
but,
Michael Hutchins, R.I.P., gorgeous. God.
So
But you know what I'm saying? It was almost like a Target band. Yeah, like you would love it all.
Yeah, that's
we
awesome.
all love it
I know
all.
that song.
Nobody hates it.
I need you tonight.
It just played everywhere, and you'd be like, "I know this song, and I'm going to sing it," and you just don't associate it with a band.
That's
I did.
sweet.
I did.
I'm a
Dude, the
fan,
record
man.
Kick is amazing.
It kicks.
All right.
It's a great record. That same day,
Give them a listen.
36 years ago, George Harrison's single "Got My Mind Set on You" that was released, the final solo #1 hit by a Beatle. 26 years ago, 1997, John Denver dies of blunt force trauma when his plane crashed into the Pacific Ocean near Monterey Bay, California. He was only 53. Coastal authorities never recovered his head, pelvis, kidneys, or spleen. That's true.
Whoa.
Jeez.
And 24 years ago, 1999, NBA Hall of Famer and master swordsman Wilt Chamberlain dies in Los Angeles. And that's what happened back in the day. Do you have something to say there, Rafels?
I was going to say that there's an entire generation that'll never know the joy of hearing that squeaky wheel of the TV cart.
Oh, I know.
When the teachers, when you don't know you're about to watch a video for the day and you're bummed because you're not feeling like learning, and then you just hear the and you see him wheel that big cart in, dude, with the big seatbelt strap.
Yeah, it's a ratchet strap with the VHS player and the big ass TV.
Yeah.
On the AV cart. That's top heavy. I mean, it's
And the teacher trying to get it to play with the remote.
Yeah, I could never figure it out.
I would be the nerd if we had the reel-to-reel. Is there a volunteer that could thread the reel-to-reel?
heck yeah.
You're damn right I could do that.
Rizzuto, yes.
Or how about when the film strip, would you like to be the one that turns the film strip
Wow.
when the beep goes off? Mm-hmm. That's this guy.
That's you.
Your man.
Look
right
at you,
here.
Mr. Media.
Mr. Media.
And now look at me.
Dr. Media.
Mr. Media.
Pushing buttons, turning knobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm still doing.
Look at you.
I'm pushing buttons
See?
and turning
Dude, it's
knobs.
so
And
Teachers,
solving
influential.
crimes.
And solving crime.
And connecting OnlyFans collabs. We do it all here.
We
at
do
the
it all
Rizzuto
here, that's
Detective
right.
Agency.
Marconi recipient, Scott Rizzuto. I hope it happens for
Mr.
you.
Media. And, oh, man, I can imagine it right now. And the Marconi Award goes to...
Mr. Media.
Okay. And the Marconi Award goes to... Envelope, please. Mr. Media himself, Scott Rizzuto! Thank you.
You having a marching band you hired to come in?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
All right, Lern. Grab on celebrities.
It's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. Green Day. Have you ever wanted to own some Green Day instruments? Because now's your chance. They're going to reopen a shop on reverb.com to sell off all of their used gear. And so that will open on October 18th. Scott Stapp of Creed is going to release his 4th solo album called Higher Power on March 15th. Tobias Forge of Ghost says the band is working on a film that's going to include live concert footage. He's comparing it to Through the Never from Metallica that I saw in IMAX theaters, and it was kick-ass. Did you guys go see that? I think it was 2017.
Which one was it?
Through the Never. It was Metallica following a character that wanted to go see Metallica. So it was like a movie and a concert.
They're doing a film fest. Metallica is doing a film fest on the Saturday between the Friday and Sunday show. First week of November. We're going to have tickets to the film fest next week.
Awesome.
By the way, speaking of Scott Stapp, speaking of Creed, has anybody heard about what the Texas Rangers have been listening to in the clubhouse before each playoff game?
Creed?
Creed. So like we did with the Blues and Gloria.
Yeah.
The Texas Rangers, who are rolling through the playoffs, are doing the same thing with the band Creed.
With arms wide open, tell me no.
Dude, that's
Can
awesome.
you take me higher? Yeah. So the Texas Rangers are obsessed with the band Creed.
Oh, well, good for
And
them.
Whatever higher spirit that is,
That tracks.
they are rolling through the playoffs.
Creed gets a bad rep, man, but go back and listen to those first 2 records.
That record was enormous.
It was
for
huge.
a reason.
What if? What if?
Which is the one that went diamond?
I think that was the one.
Yeah.
It was the one with
Human
the
Clay?
My Own Prison.
My Own Prison.
Wasn't that Human Clay?
Maybe it was Human Clay.
My Own Prison was first.
My Own Prison was first, and then Human Clay, I believe, went diamond. So over 10 million copies sold.
Yeah, it's this with the guy kind of coming out of the quicksand.
Yeah,
laughing.
Human Clay. 10 million copies.
They're got that cruise coming up with all those other late 90s bands. They're killing it.
Creed Cruise?
Yep.
Jelly Roll tried to act really cool by filming himself walking straight from his private jet onto his tour bus parked at the tarmac, and he was being real humble about it. Like, can you believe this? You know, giving you kind of a point of view from being a country star. Ended up falling face down some stairs instead, and that also made the TikTok video.
Hilarious.
So if you want to see that, we'll put it up.
It was so funny because if you watch the video, and I'm sure you did,
I did.
he's so confident. Like, how cool is this? I'm going from the tour bus to the plane,
Right.
and from the plane back to the tour bus, and just wipes
Bites
out.
it. Yeah, bit it.
But he's self-deprecating enough to put it out there.
Yeah. It's in good.
It's funny. It's in good spirits.
PlayStation 5 is getting redesigned just in time for the holidays. Sony has put the final touches on a redesign for the PlayStation 5. The new unit is sleek, 30% smaller, and should be available for sale starting in November. Unfortunately, there's some bad news. They jacked up the price of this thing about $50, so you're going to be paying a little bit more.
So I was playing the new NHL game with my boy the other day, and he kicks my ass every time now.
Wow.
Yep. It's over.
Tables
Passing of the torch.
We've crossed that line. Like, it's not like he wins every once in a while or, Dad, are you letting me beat you?
Right.
No, he defeats me just about every time now.
You need to step it up. You can't be letting. If this is going down now,
I think if we fist fight, I could still win.
Okay. All right.
He thinks.
He thinks. I think. Guys, everybody, are you sitting down?
We're all sitting, yes.
Jason Momoa is coming to town on a vodka tour. I saw this yesterday and I got really excited. He co-founded, I believe it's called Miley Vodka. It's a sustainable vodka brand. He's going to be in town next week at a couple of different Schnucks locations. So here we go. Write this down. Either you want to go and see him or you don't want to go and shop.
Wait. So he's coming. So Momoa is going to Schnucks?
Hot ass Jason Momoa is going to be in Schnucks meeting people, signing bottles of vodka. Every woman in the city's taking the day off.
He'll be at the Depare one.
So October 17th from 4:30 to 6, he is going to be at Schnucks in Depare on Manchester
That's the
Road.
big one.
Then the next day, October 18th, 10 a to 11:30 a, he's going to be at the Deerbergs on Watson Road in Crestwood. Then October 18th, he's going to be at Total Wine and More from 2 to 3:30 up in our streets, Chesterfield, at Total Wine and More. So I'm probably going to be hitting that up.
So, hey, we should try to get him on. I mean, he's going to be here for 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse. Like, he flies in, late after the show. No, he's going to be here for 3 days.
He's going to be bored.
Huh. I'll send him a text and see if he can.
The event is open to individuals aged 21 and up because of the alcohol. Free of charge. Attendees will have an opportunity to get an exclusive bottle of the vodka signed by both of the co-founders.
He's another one of these guys, Jason Momoa, that is like, it's like shirt optional for him.
Oh.
Like half pictures you see him with a shirt on.
Well-
the other half, it's either the shirt on and it's all the way
Yeah,
open.
and he's got some sort of handmade axe or blade in one of his hands as well. That's the
But if you
other-
look like he or I, like that's why we do that.
He
kind of
or
stuff.
I?
if you look like I,
No,
If you look like he or I.
he also, don't forget, he has that clothing
say
company.
Eeyore?
literally him or me, and you and
I
he
know.
or
He or I. He also teamed up with So Ill here, so he has all those amazing, like his shoes, his clothes, everything with So Ill out of St. Louis here.
How would you describe the way he dresses?
Guys,
lot of company.
Khal Drogo is going to be here. Like our
pretty cool.
Khal's going to be here.
Yeah.
How would you describe the way he dresses?
Perfectly. The man.
Like he lives in a nice,
Momoan.
Bohemian.
perfect place.
Bohemian. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Very bohemian dress. Man bun, light linens,
Light
draped
linens
across his
light
body.
linens.
Almost like they don't touch his skin.
The women are going to be feral next week, is all I'm telling
Hey.
you. All right? So
So am
prepare.
I.
Men, prepare
Eggs
yourselves.
are dropping.
I'm 100%.
Everybody's going to sync
Everybody's eggs are going to be dropped.
He's one of those
Everybody's
dudes.
getting pregnant like
Dresses
Jason
like an
Momoa
islander.
next week.
He dresses like an islander. Does he live on Hawaii? Does he live on the Big Island?
I
From
don't know.
there, right?
Yeah,
I think he's in L.A.
So.
Oh, I thought he lived on the Big Island.
He is married to Lisa Bonet.
Was.
What,
Oh,
yeah,
are they separated now?
Where have you been?
No, I thought they got back together.
I thght you were paying attention.
I don't know what's going on. Ever.
No,
I thought you were on the Momoa fan club.
Quarterly?
I didn't. I think I need to subscribe
Did you block the
again.
emails?
Wait a minute. So we
Check
got a
your spam.
single Jason Momoa
You
coming
didn't get
to
your
Schnucks?
Momoagram? Are you even a fan, dude?
Dude, I mean, hello. Anyway, in other news, we got to calm down. Jada Pinkett was out promoting her new memoir called Worthy, and then she revealed this yesterday that she and Will Smith have been separated since 2016.
It's been a charade this entire time.
She said they kept it quiet until now because, quote, they were still trying to figure out between the two of them how to be in a partnership. They're not technically divorced, and they aren't planning to file for divorce, but they are no longer romantic together.
And we
So
wonder
they're
why
afraid to
Will
see other people.
and we wonder why Will Smith has been on the
Yeah.
crazy side of.
Well,
She's
so-
like, I wanted to keep it quiet until my husband ruined his career and I had a book tour.
And so now I'm going to tell people.
And let me get, she revealed it on her, whatever, Red Table
Table
Talk show.
Talks.
No. She made a couple of different interviews. All right, so you just sit down.
So what was with the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock thing?
Well, I read
Trying to
up
win her
about
back.
that, and they didn't know how to really handle that. And there was also a report out that Chris Rock had asked Jada out because people on the inside knew that they were separated. And so there was kind of an underlying thing to that. So Chris Rock in the past had asked Jada Pinkett Smith to maybe go out. And then, so now you think about Will Smith going up in there and slapping him.
Sounds
Like, was he jealous?
Yeah, it
I
sounds
don't
like
know.
more of a one-sided separation, and it sounds like somebody was still trying to impress or win back or
Yeah.
something like that, and that takes its toll. I'm assuming after what was it, 6 years before the slap happened?
Yeah.
and then he's sitting there defending his wife in
Right.
public.
Well, that's what it was.
I mean,
That
come
was-
on, now we're starting to.
That was the narrative,
This
is Will Smith defends
right.
his wife.
This is just conjecture and all that, but when you look at it from outside, zoom out and go, perhaps this was happening all along.
Right.
This whole charade maybe was taking its toll on somebody that didn't want to do the charade.
And so that adds to the complexity of that moment.
Yes.
A lot of people said that in the moment, though. A lot of people were like, this wasn't about defending her as much as like the bottled up anger.
Just
from
aggression.
All of the multiple people she had been seen out with. And
Right, he was being made a fool because remember she had that.
Right.
There were reports and what was the term they used? Because she was having sex with like a really younger guy.
Entanglement. With
Entanglement.
August something or other.
Which, I'm sure Will was out there getting his, too. He was just a little more discreet.
How do you
I'm
know?
sure this was, I just find it hard to believe that one of the biggest movie stars in the world is in an open relationship and he's just pining for his wife.
I don't think it was.
necessarily think that's
but that's
true.
what I'm saying. It doesn't look like.
Don't know.
When you plug in all the things that we do know, it doesn't look like it was an open relationship. It looks like it was a separation and somebody didn't want to let it all go and they kept it up for Hollywood's sake or whatever's sake.
It's wild.
Scarlett Johansson says Pam Anderson sent a powerful message by going without makeup during Paris Fashion Week. This is a couple weeks ago. Scarlett said, I think it is definitely different to see somebody in the public eye, a woman in the public eye, to go to a fashion show or big event with no makeup on.
So brave.
It's just very different than what we're used to. Now, let me say this. I think Pamela Anderson looks great. If you're not following her on the socials and you followed her in the 90s and you had her all over, plastered all over your locker and your walls and stuff, this woman is really leaning into, I'm getting older. I'm done getting done up. I just want to live my life, do some gardening, hang out with my pups, and I'm into it. And I think it's really cool that I watched this video of her getting ready at Fashion Week. She's like, I don't have a team with me. I'm not doing makeup. She goes, I just got out of the shower.
This is the best she's probably ever looked.
She looks gorgeous.
I know it sounds crazy, but you look at her, she's a very naturally pretty
she's
gal.
naturally gorgeous.
Wow.
Hey,
she looks better without the makeup.
Would it take Jason Momoa down a notch if he found out he was from Iowa?
Yes. Yes, it would. Thank you for asking that tough question.
No, I looked it up. He's from Hawaii, so stop it.
It's super hot, dude. There's been a story going around that Cher and her 47-year-old son, Elijah Blue Allman, she had him kidnapped. According to Elijah's estranged wife, Cher hired 4 men to abduct him from a New York City hotel room as part of an apparent drug intervention. But Cher says that's not true. She didn't really say what did happen, but she did say, quote, I'm a mother. This is my job, one way or another, to help my children. You will do anything for your children.
I'm sorry. Jason Momoa, shortly after his birth, his parents divorced, and he and his mother moved to Norwalk, Iowa.
What?
I'm not going to Schnucks now.
He's from Iowa?
Momoa?
Born in Hawaii, moved to Moved to Iowa.
The most
that is
attractive
the Hawaii
person
of the
to ever come
Midwest.
out of Iowa.
I will say it's the Hawaii of the Midwest. It's
Graduated
pretty cool.
from Norwalk High School, where he was part of the soccer team alongside Brandon Routh, huh?
Who's
Who went on
Brandon
to
Routh?
become Superman.
Whoa. But not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
Interesting.
And Ashton's from cool
Wow,
state.
Iowa breeding superheroes.
Yeah.
So, but he was born in Hawaii, though.
And that's still hot.
And then I guess he moved back. Okay, back to you.
All right, thanks. On the late shows tonight, Jimmy Fallon will have Leslie Odom Jr., Seth Meyers will have Bowen Yang and Gary Clark Jr. Stephen Colbert will hang out with John Mulaney and music from Darius Rucker, and then Jimmy Kimmel will have Dashu Hamill and music from Maneskin. Maneskin. Still have no idea how to say that band name. All right, time to trash a list. Thank you, Canada. Top things that Canada has given to us. Let's go.
Pam
Alice
Anderson.
Trebek.
Pam Anderson is on the list. Very
Jim
good.
Carrey.
Jim Carrey is on the list.
Alex
Lead me
Trebek.
on.
Alex Trebek, not on the list.
Celine should be number
Celine is not on the list either.
John Candy.
John Candy, not on the list.
Dan Aykroyd. Or is he from
Mooses.
Chicago?
No.
Lorne Michaels.
No.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup on the list, top first.
Ooh, A.
Top first. So maple syrup's number one?
Number one.
Okay, let's slow down, everybody.
Let's slam down.
Hockey.
Let's slom down, as
Slam
Lynn would
down.
say.
Apologizing like sorry.
They did not, no. Both of you know. Keep going, though.
I don't think hockey's actually from Canada, is it?
Oh, yeah.
SC.
It is.
Yeah.
So hockey is actually
They
Canadian?
preface this list with saying, hey, hockey was given to the world from Canada,
Yeah, frozen baseball.
but also these things.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds on the list. Yes. Number 4.
Alanis Morissette.
No.
Mike Myers.
No, but there is another Michael.
Michael
Jordan.
Michael.
Michael.
Watson.
Sierra.
Michael.
Sarah.
Mr. Michael Watson.
Justin.
Michael Jackson.
Michael J. Fox.
J. Fox. Yes.
Oh, Foxy's
No,
from
Michael
Canada.
Jackson's from Gary, Indiana.
All right,
Gary.
now let's back up. No more people. There's
Keanu
no more
Reeves.
people on the list. No more people.
All right, French.
Let's go things that you need.
Poutine.
No.
Pitch poke, yo me a coke.
Yeah.
No poutine.
Was I not on it?
There is a food. There is a certain type of food. That
Canadian bacon.
quite controversial. No.
Good
Quite
choice.
controversial food.
Controversial food that people
More
are like, "Oh, I don't
controversial
like
than
that."
Canadian bacon.
Oh, yeah. This will get this room divided in a
It's
heartbeat.
Canadian bacon. It's ham.
It's ham.
It's
Yeah.
ham.
Is it, though?
Yeah, stop it.
Elk.
Yeah.
No.
What
Beaver.
controversial food?
Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Hawaiian
But I
pizza.
guess
Yeah.
there's ham on that
Hawaiian
pizza,
pizza
right?
So
is
Hawaiian
from
pizza is
Canada.
just as Hawaiian as Jason Momoa.
But Jason Momoa was born in Hawaii, okay?
Isn't
Let's not
Canada
take that away from
Okay.
Isn't Canada
Hawaiian
responsible for
pizza.
ketchup? That should be number one.
It's not number one and it's not on the list. Now let's leave food. No more people, no more food.
More people, no more
We're
food.
going
I'm out.
things you use in the wintertime.
Coats.
Snowshoes.
Not hats.
Mittens.
No toques.
Yeah, that's a hat.
Oh, no.
Tennis rackets you wear on your feet.
No.
Skis.
No.
Feet rackets.
Something that you can ride on.
Snowmobile.
Snowmobile. Number
Moose.
2. What about when you need to clear the snow, you guys? What do you use?
Snowplow.
Heat.
A
Snow
shovel.
blower.
Yes.
Okay, now we're out of that.
Snowblower.
We're out of the snow.
I use somebody to clear my driveway after I pay them.
I'm just going to give you the last 3 things because
Why are
there's
you
no way in
sweating?
hell.
Drake.
I'm sweating. No, everybody.
no
Rush.
Insulin, alkaline batteries,
Nickelback.
and the walkie-talkie. I'm done with this
Walkie-talkie.
list.
Walkie-talkie, and we end again in a crop dust.
That does sound Canadian.
That's
walkie-talkie.
perfect.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Darcy Lynn Farmer, the ventriloquist singer who won America's Got Talent when she was 12.
And our hearts.
Is 19. Josh Hutcherson, PETA from the Hunger Games. He's in a ton of stuff, actually. You'd recognize this guy. 31. Kirk Cameron. Mike Seaver on Growing Pains is 53. Marty McGuire, that is from the Dixie Chicks and Courtyard Hounds, is 54. Hugh Jackman, 55. Hiroyuki Sanada, that's Dogen on Lost, and Musashi on Westworld. You know this guy as well, Scorpion in the recent Mortal Kombat movie. He's 63. Lynn Shay, that's Elise in the Insidious movies, is 80. And Sam Moore, Hall of Fame R&B legend from Sam and Dave. They sang Soul Man long before the Blues Brothers made it popular again. Sam Moore is 88 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Brittany Stryker. Today's birthday girl has been in 118 fine films, including Backdoor to Hollywood 2, Deliveries in the Rear 2, Tailspin. She was in Dr. Penetration, Fire in the Hole, For Your Thighs Only, Lust at Sea, Pumping Irene 1 and 2, and who can forget a role in 1983's White Trash.
Nice.
Pumping Irene. I remember that song.
Brittany Stryker is 63 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, quick break. We'll come back. Moon's got sports. It is 9:15. Welcome back to the show. Let's do sports.
Whoo!
All right. Moon is high because he's had a great pair.
I'm having the greatest food experience of my entire life.
He just declared, I got the greatest pair ever.
Oh, my gosh.
The man's eating a pear.
My wife bought like 5 pairs a couple days ago, and they were all hard as rock. And I was like, oh, man, we're just going to have to let these sit. And I'm telling you, the earth and atmosphere is trying to take this pair back at record speed, and I have robbed it from taking it back.
Everybody in St. Louis is thrilled for you.
Dude, pears, are you kidding me? Look at it. It's just falling apart. Would you like a bite?
No.
Sports is presented by DraftKings as at Casino Queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportbook. I'm thinking about this goddamn pair.
You know, it's funny. He also asked. So he's wearing a leather jacket, and he goes, "You want to try my leather jacket on?"
Well, you talked about it yesterday that you've never tried a leather
jacket. Do you want to be inside
jacket.
Moon right now?
What?
Come on,
like,
man.
do you want to live inside his?
No, I don't want to have.
Sorry for offering you I'm literally offering you the shirt off of my back.
I'm not ready for leather.
Dude.
Can I have a piece of the pear?
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
Right,
I saved these two big old chunks.
Okay, Grandma and Grandpa are having a hairgasm over here.
Well, they
It's
got good
just falling
movements coming
apart.
up.
I love it. The Arizona Diamondbacks not only won the NLDS last night, but they also made baseball history. They blasted 3 home runs already in the bottom of the third when Christian Walker appeared to have hit a 4th just inside the foul pole, but it really wasn't. Listen to what happened next.
Right field, Hayward toward the line, near the foul pole. Fair ball, home run. Might be worth a challenge. The camera doesn't lie in this case, and it looks foul.
The call in the field is confirmed. Foul ball.
That was a historical call right there. Never in the postseason has there been 4 home runs in an inning.
Ever?
Ever.
More than 100 years ago?
Postseason history.
Wow. So, Christian Walker has the home run erased, and then hits the next pitch to the moon. There's your
ridiculous.
All right.
It's like a Casey at bat
To the
cartoon
moon.
or something. So 3 home runs have been hit in the inning. This guy hits one. They call it fair. They think they've made history. They review it. The NFL ref, I picture like an NFL guy coming out there and doing the call on the field is foul ball. And then the dude actually does it again. Next pitch. 4 home runs. Very, very cool. First team in postseason history to hit 4 home runs in 1 inning. Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers last night in Arizona. I have the final call from that. We going to comment?
No. I mean, does anybody love Bob Costas as a play-by-play guy?
I don't like him.
I don't mind him. Why don't you like him? What do you know about baseball?
You know, he gets like, like, oh my God, Bob Costas is calling the game. I love him as like a sports commentator.
You like him as a host?
I like when he hosts things. I mean, as a
play-by-play.
I like him as a guest.
As a
That's
guest.
my favorite Bob Costas.
And a lover, yes.
Yes.
And a
Because he's
lover.
gentle.
I like him as a snowboarder.
That voice whispering in your ear.
Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers last night in Arizona. Got the final call from Bob Costas, your favorite.
There we go. I'm not.
Hey, Bob Costas looks like a child that he looks like a little boy, but he's like 59 years old,
You want
right?
to crash on Bobby Costas?
No, I mean, listen, I appreciate what he's done. He's a legend in
Riz
the
hates Bob
sports industry.
Costas.
Stop
Get out there.
I hate you, but I appreciate
said
it.
it.
Title for today?
All right.
Hit in the air to left. Gurriel is there. The Arizona Diamondbacks sweep the Dodgers and head for the LCS.
So there it was. Also in the National League, the Phillies beat the Braves last night 10-2. They could wrap up the series if they win again tonight. Houston Astros beat the Minnesota Twins last night 3-2, advancing to the American League Championship Series. Here's the final call from the
Max Kepler trying to save the season. Presley trying to extend it to the postseason for Houston. The 3-2. Called strike 3. And the Astros,
You hear that's some enthusiasm right there.
consecutive season,
That's how you
are
call the
headed
game.
to the American League Championship
Yeah,
Series.
over the booze.
They hold on in Game 4, 3-2.
over the booze. Twins fans not happy with the final strike call.
No.
Not happy.
I turned that game on. Do you guys have a hard time when the Cardinals have a real bad season? Do you find it hard to watch playoff baseball?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
It was tough.
At
I
least
had to turn
first
it
round.
off.
First
moved
round.
on.
I can
Started
get into
thinking
it.
about it.
I can get into it towards the end.
See, Dodgers is my second team, and now they're
out.
What do you hate about Bob
It's
Costas?
heartbreaking.
I thought that
I don't
sounded
Yeah,
funny.
dude.
Tell us why you hate him so much.
I don't hate Bob Costas.
What if he had a
You're
beard?
jealous of
clenching your
Bob
fist.
Costas. He wanted to,
Am I balling my fists up?
Mr. Media wanted to be Bob Costas. Wanted to go to Syracuse. He didn't get in, and now he hates
I'd like
Bob
him
Costas.
as a sports commentator and a host.
All right.
but not as a person.
Well, the ALCS will be
a very interesting guy.
It's going to be a Texas showdown between the Rangers and the Astros. Who will win the Lone Star State and move on? Don't forget to make your NFL picks. Do it. And Blues open up their NHL season opener tonight. Blues at Dallas, 7 p.m. start. I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow. Bobby Costas. Bobby Costas.
By the way, the pair was really good. Thank you.
The pair was so good, right?
My hate for Bob Costas runs so deep. Deep. Now, it's not true.
Would you like a pair?
I love him. Now, stop it.
Brought to you by Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
All right, guys, let's go to Wisconsin.
Okay.
Here we are. 35-year-old Michelle Miller has been charged with fourth-degree offense drunk driving after causing a chain reaction crash and then walking to a nearby gas station and chugging a Smirnoff Ice.
That's awesome.
This should be the commercial for Smirnoff Ice.
So Michelle plowed her truck into the back of an SUV, causing this chain reaction crash involving 4 of the cars. A cell phone video shot by one of the crash victims shows Michelle grabbing a can out of the cooler inside a nearby gas station as the victim is heard saying, "So why are you trying to buy more alcohol after you hit my car?" Here's what that sounded like.
So why are you trying to buy more alcohol after you done hit my car? Can you not start her reason a 4-car accident outside your thing?
You can't drink that in here. Lady!
She literally just had a 4-car accident outside your establishment. The cops are outside already. You see them?
Yep. Well, within minutes, cops are on the scene. Michelle,
for the road.
Michelle wound up being treated for minor injuries and arrested. In addition to the 4th offense, drunk driving, she's been charged with retail theft for the Smirnoff Ice.
Gosh.
Although she did say that she forgot her wallet in the car and she was gonna get the money to pay for the drink when the cops arrived.
Oh, yeah.
So she's looking up to 6 years in prison. Looking at up to 6 years in prison. If
Can you really
convicted.
charge somebody for having a good time?
It's in the car with a dents.
She had just completed 2 years of probation for her 3rd drunk driving conviction a couple weeks before the latest incident. So, yeah.
That's a bummer.
It's a bummer.
There you go. From Wisconsin, 35-year-old Michelle Miller. You are today's Headline Hooshe. All right, one final break. We'll come back and wrap her up. What a show, huh? That's it. I'm done.
What a show.
Drained.
Yeah.
I'm drained. Guys,
What a week.
St. Louis, we still have one day to go.
I know. What are we going to milk out tomorrow?
Guys,
What finger content will I come in with tomorrow?
I've given you my all. I got no more today. I need to go plug back in.
Yeah.
But I do want to shout out Trim Light Southeast Missouri, the sponsor for the hat of the week, the hat on my head. Trim Light Missouri. TrimLightSemo.com is the website, innovative patented lighting system that allows customers to have permanent exterior lighting professionally installed on their homes and businesses. Eliminating the hassle and worry out of hanging those Christmas or holiday lights ever again. TrimLightSemo.com. One-time install, lifetime glow, no more hassle. Trim Light Southeast Missouri. And thank you for your generous donation to the Song Society. If you want to get your company on one of our heads, just email us, RizShow1057thepoint.com. All right, Moon?
Everything we covered on the show today, crap on celebrities, sports, Riz News. We got Bigfoot taking a dump out in Colorado. We got a new excuse for always being late, time blindness. And yes, we have more stories about time blindness. We also have a story about a billionaire who gave all of his fortune away. And man, did we talk about finger fluids. We got into, well, if you could have an unlimited supply of fluids coming out of each one of 5 fingers, what 5 fluids would you have? Make sure you check out what our answers are. See how you compared. Vote on Freak of the Week at RIZZ Show. Follow us on our socials across the board. And today's podcast title, which is available everywhere, including YouTube, is The Finger Fluid Tribe.
Number 1 show in St. Louis, this show right here.
You're darn right.
Yeah, listen, we talked to the OnlyFans teacher. We talked to the crop dusting teacher.
Yep.
Man, we covered it all today.
Really did.
See Lern at Cybergs and Arnold today from 6 to 8 o'clock out there with Andrew Marsh from the Fast Lane.
He will be the pretty one. I will look a little disheveled, as I normally do.
Blues opening night, and then Thursday Night Football. Make sure you make your picks.
Make your
the
picks.
Riz Show Pick'em Challenge, 1057thepoint.com/picks. All right, Saturday, let me go in order. Friday, Rafe at Vices in Redbud. Moon, Saturday at the Together Credit Union in Arnold. He'll be out there from 10 to noon. And then Saturday night,
8 to
King
10.
Scott at the Cobb Factory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So come out. It's going to be fun.
What are you doing all weekend, man? You're not anywhere.
Hanging, man.
He's just chilling.
I'm everywhere.
I think he's power washing my deck.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah, but to make it easy, go to our website, 1057thepoint.com. We got a calendar event there, and it shows everything. And it's
Does it say I'm everywhere? Because I
yeah,
am
it says
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Everywhere.
We have a
Everywhere.
tracking thing
Yeah.
on 1057thepoint.com. Where's Riz?
Oh, yeah, everywhere. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Team Riz member of the day brought to you by Hot Shots. HotShotsNet.com/Team Riz from Bourbon, Missouri. Morgan Watson